Part 14. Taking stock of the top 10 golden fingers, the protagonist of Wanjie went crazy. Author, Chirp. Chapter 131. All Heavens and Worlds. At this moment, countless people looked at Li Changshao, who had overcome the tribulation, and they were all dumbfounded. Damn it, what is this? To survive a calamity, do you still need to burn incense and pray? Do you want to report it to heaven? Also want to thank Tiandeo for taking time out of his busy schedule to come and hack. Come on, this life is too humble, right? Woe ri, what we monks want is a person who is free in the world, and what we want is a clear idea. Can such a timid person really become an immortal? Good guy, how afraid of death is this Li Changshao? Are you afraid of saying the wrong thing? Tisk tisk, I've seen so many things that defy the heaven and earth, but now I'm here with Li Changshao, and I'm not used to it. Those guys before could not get through this calamity without calling them a thief or a bastard. As a result, when we arrived at Li Changshao, this guy was too stubborn. What the hell, every mouthful is like Master Tiandeo, and every mouthful has no complaints. Oh my god, my scalp is numb. Is this Li Changshao? Is this a stable body? Too steady, this guy is too steady. At this moment, countless people are looking at Li Changshao's tribulation in the Great Dao Gold List, looking at Li Changshao, and they are all discussing. This guy is indeed a stable body. So stable. At this time, in the world of Jishan. Why is this style of painting so incompatible with our world? The corner of Yefan's mouth twitched. Li Changshao's painting style is really weird. Others wish they could defy heaven and trample the sky under their feet. As a result, when Li Changshao comes here, he becomes Lord Tiandeo. And he is so grateful to Lord Tiandeo. Taking time out of his busy schedule to hack. Damn it, how afraid of death is this guy? He was speechless. Before, he had seen violent ones and domineering ones. Han Li was considered stubborn. In the end, with this Li in terms of longevity, Han Li is 183, so he can only be regarded as a passerby. The ancestor of Go Dao must be this Li Changshao. At the same time, in the mortal world. Tisk, Han Li twitched the corner of his mouth. Looking at Li Changshao in the picture, it was like a door to a new world had been opened for him. This stubborn person is even more stubborn than him, and even more outrageous than heaven. Good guy, Patriarch Go Dao. I am willing to call you the ancestor of Gao Dao. Han Li was speechless. He was really speechless. He thought he was stubborn enough, but he didn't expect that Li Changshao was even worse than him. Sometimes he even said some outrageous words and some dissatisfied words. In the end, it was Li Changshao. What are you talking about? He was struck to death by a calamity thunder because he couldn't do it, and he had no complaints. The calamity thunder struck down. What the heck, he said again, thanking Master Tiandeo for taking time out of his busy schedule to come. Oh, is this what a monk can say? In front of me, the old Taoist Qi Yuan was able to pass through the tribulation very well, and his style of painting was quite normal. But when the scene changed, when it came to Li Changshao, it became like this. The appearance, this style of painting is completely off track. At this time, in a prehistoric world composed of a certain universe. At this moment, countless people in the ancient world looked at Li Changshao in the picture, and the corners of their mouths twitched crazily. Although they know that Tiandeo is the real Master Tiandeo. But, no one has ever said such a thing when going through a tribulation. This Li Changshao is also a talent. Countless people looked strange. The disciples of Changjiao and Jijiao also looked at each other in confusion. This Li Changshao, damn, is simply invincible. The mouth corners of the disciples of the human sect were also twitching crazily. Countless people in the Duxian sect saw the scene and were even more stunned when they thought of Li Changshao of Xiaoqian Peak. They never expected that Li Changshao would be so stubborn. They had forgotten about the fact that Qi Yuan, the old Taoist, would become a Zhouxian in the future. Now, they looked at Li Changshao and his performance. Countless people grinned and said silently, "Awesome." At the same time, up to Xiaoxian Peak. "Senior brother, you, master, you are going through the tribulation, what kind of cultivation are you doing?" Lan Lingyi looked at Li Changshao in astonishment, a little unbelievable. How many years has old Taoist Qi Yuan practiced? She is not very clear, but she also knows that practicing is not as difficult as imagined. But her senior brother, this is a what the hell is going on? Master's qualifications are too poor? Li Changshao twitched the corners of his mouth, but looked at the Dao gold list without saying anything. It is indeed a stable body. The speed of practice is incredible, Lan Lingyi muttered. What a bullshit stable body. Where did she get her stable body? If she was really stable, she wouldn't be exposed on the Dao gold list. Now that she's been exposed, she doesn't know who will be in the world in the future. How should I look at him? What the hell, he's going to die, is he going to expose all his trump cards? He looked at the Avenue Gold list and cried silently. At this time, in the Great Dao Golden List, along with Li Changshao's words spread throughout the world. Countless people saw this and thought that Li Changshao was enough. But in the next scene, they knew that they had underestimated Li Changshao. You can see that in the picture, as Li Changshao passed through the tribulation thunder fell on him, and what the hell was wrong with him? It was itchy, numb, and he still felt quite comfortable. The first heavenly tribulation, the second heavenly tribulation, the third heavenly tribulation. Li Changshao just waited quietly. As the calamity thunder continued to fall, he also had a different feeling. From the beginning, it was numb and comfortable, but gradually turned into a feeling of numbness, and his clothes were a little burnt. At the same time, it also gave Li Changshao some insights. There was no way this heavenly tribulation could hurt him, let alone his soul. At the same time, as he resisted more and more catastrophes, the spirit of the fairy spirit in his body became more and more. When the fifth heavenly tribulation fell, a wizard's light appeared on his forehead, which was a sign of accelerating his transformation into an immortal body. Then, the sixth, seventh, calamity clouds continued to appear, and even the appearance of ancient ferocious beasts emerged. The calamity thunder turns into Kyanki, Kylan, and Daudi. A total of 32 ferocious beasts appeared on the calamity cloud in turn. Boom! The calamity came down in one fell swoop. Li Changshao frowned and took a deep breath. Fortunately, he could still bear it. His Taoist robe had more than 10 big holes, but from his forehead to his neck, he was exuding colorful immortal energy. Light. This immortal light will stabilize after his immortal base is stabilized. However, this heavenly tribulation is a little unexpected, not powerful. Yes. At this moment, Li Changshao felt that this celestial tribulation was a little uncomfortable. Awesome. This is the seventh heavenly tribulation, and he has just transformed into a head. What's going on? It's too gentle. It doesn't match his body at all. If he wants to completely transform into an immortal body, he will at least have to endure it. 4 or 5 such catastrophes will do. It's okay, there is still the 8th heavenly tribulation. At this moment, Li Changshao focused on his thoughts. At the same time, he couldn't help but think of every detail of so many years. He tried his best to suppress his realm again and again, constantly accumulated insights, and regarded every small breakthrough as a big step in life, despite all the hard work. Hundreds of years of hard training, trembling, walking on thin ice. His Dao body is as strong as a magic weapon. His soul is perfect and flawless. Finally, today is the day. Boom. At this moment, the thunder came towards Li Changshao again. Endless electric snakes danced wildly, surrounded by silver light, and hit Li Changshao one after another. There was a flash of lightning between the sky and the earth. At this moment, Li Changshao spread his hands. Prepare for the sublimation of life. This is a leap. Boom, the thunder roared and gradually decreased. After a while, the thunder light dispersed, and bursts of fairy music sounded between heaven and earth. A small, Ganoderma-like Qingyun rose from the sea, covering Li Changshao's body. Lifting his body, a ray of immortal light fell from the calamity cloud and enveloped Li Changshao. At this moment, Li Changshao was excited. He had practiced Taoism for hundreds of years, and today, he could finally become an immortal. His excited heart, trembling hands, this is becoming an immortal, this is enlightenment. This is the road to becoming an immortal. This is, wait. Li Changshao suddenly froze, looked down, and immediately his eyes became dull. It was seen that his body, from the abdomen up, they all turned into fairy bodies, exuding colorful fairy lights, but from his hands, under his forearms, from under the dividing line of his chest and abdomen, all the way to his toes, they were still the same. Just on top of the original Tao body, added a trace of fairy spirit, just like a defective product. A defective product of modern industry. A defective product that is half made of top-grade colored jade and half made of rotten clay. Even the soul has troubles from time to time. Immortal light surrounded him, and sometimes he looked the same as before. Damn it! Li Changshao looked up, but what he saw was that in the sky, the fairy music stopped, the Qingyun also dispersed, and all kinds of strange phenomena also disappeared. Even the calamity cloud was about to turn white and dissipate quickly. Li Changshao was confused. He had never seen this kind of situation before. The calamity was over, and the power of the calamity was not enough. His body was half intact. Is Xianqi okay? Is it possible to let the upper half of his body ascend? No need for the lower half. But the lower body is also very important. Seeing that the calamity cloud was about to disappear, Li Changshao became anxious, and he hurriedly shouted, "Wait a minute." However, the calamity paused that day and quickly dissipated. Run! Run away! Li Changshao was completely dumbfounded. At this time, countless people in all the worlds burst out laughing when they saw this scene. Damn it, it made me laugh to death. The foundation is too strong, the power of immortal tribulation is not enough, is it still okay? Laughing to death and becoming a half-baked immortal. Is this half-immortal okay? Half-immortal, half-immortal. From now on, this Li Changshao will be a serious semi-immortal. Laughing to death, this catastrophe doesn't seem that scary after all. Tisk, it's not good to be too stubborn. By the way, what's going on with his half-immortal body? How did it happen? I'm so curious. Tisk, Li Changshao's foundation is a bit unbelievable. Is this a stable body? This is so damn stable, even when it comes to surviving a catastrophe. When others go through a catastrophe, which one does not escape a narrow escape? As a result, when we got to Li Changshao, good guy, he couldn't even attack him during this calamity. This Li Changshao, damn, it makes my scalp numb just looking at it. Tisk, this is probably the first one to let the calamity stop, right? Please Tianjia love me again. By the way, I think of Bai Chiron. Bai Chiron has 99,999 levels of Qi training. If he can seriously build the foundation of the 8 classics, and can build the elixir seriously, what will his catastrophe of becoming an immortal be like? Damn it, I can't imagine it, I just can't imagine it. What the heck, the heavenly tribulation that struck down was not even enough to tickle him. It is enough for others to go through the tribulation once, but he has to go through it 99,999 times. It cannot be said that the heavenly calamity is condensed according to one's own cultivation, one's own realm, and one's own Tao fruit. If you are strong, the calamity will naturally be strong. If you are weak, the calamity will be correspondingly weaker. In other words, if Baikiran overcomes the tribulation, the thunder that falls can destroy the entire world in one fell swoop. Phew, ha ha ha, I can't hold myself any longer. Is it okay to destroy the whole world with thunder? But, by the way, why is Li Changshao's heavenly tribulation so weak? Logically speaking, if his Dao foundation is strong, it should lead to a stronger heavenly catastrophe, right? Is it possible that the way of heaven can also take a nap? At this moment, countless people in the world are having heated discussions. At the same time, because of this situation, there are a lot of doubts. At this moment, when they meet, in the picture, accompanied by Li Changshao, wait a minute. The calamity cloud dissipated faster and faster. However, there was no time for Li Changshao to complain. Li Changshao's expression suddenly changed. Because, at this moment, he suddenly felt his soul body roaring together, and an indescribable pressure descended from the sky and locked on his body. Just a word of wait, life, or death. Li Changshao could only feel the corners of his mouth twitching wildly. At this moment, he suddenly understood. In this situation, he really had to bear half of the blame. But the other half can only be given to Master Tiandao. However, anyway, his words of wait a minute were obviously a bit provocative. At this time, you can see that the pressure is approaching, and in the sky, waves of terrifying pressure spread for hundreds of miles. When Li Changshao looked up again, he saw that at some point on 4.1, there was a dark cloud measuring tens of feet in the sky. The dark clouds were rolling, and two gaps slowly opened in the middle, like two huge eyes. The dark clouds also condensed into the appearance of an old man, with an expressionless face, staring blankly at Li Changshao. This is the way of heaven? Daozu. Li Changshao's scalp was numb. Countless people in all the worlds looked at the silhouette of the old man in the picture, and their hearts beat wildly. This is the way of heaven? Daozu. That legendary being? Li Changshao survived a catastrophe and really led to the Taoist ancestor? The key is, this Dao ancestor seems to be targeting more than just Li Changshao. Countless people in all the worlds looked at the image of the old man who had reached the golden list. At this moment, they only felt that the pressure seemed to fall on them. It was as if the Taoist ancestors were also looking at them, making people's scalp numb and creepy. Is this the primordial Taoist? This is Master Tiandao. My scalp is numb. This is the first time I feel it, as if I am facing an omnipresent existence. The previous corpse immortal emperor and Shihao's Dao Jendao, I just felt strong, but this phantom of the Dao ancestor, I felt really omnipotent. I really feel like I don't have any secrets in front of Dao ancestor. Your Majesty, Taoist Patriarch, please accept our worship. Is this Daozu? It's terrible, it's simply too terrible. I will never go against the will of heaven again, never will I be free from the sun. Damn, I feel like I'm going to die. Wait, let me get a haircut and die a decent death. At this moment, countless people's scalps were numb. It was real scalp numbing. It felt like the Dao ancestor was watching them. It was terrifying. It was really terrifying. It was like falling into the cold netherworld, terrifying. Taking stock of the top 10 golden fingers, the protagonist of Wanjie went crazy. Author, Chirp. Chapter 132. At this moment, countless people are watching the Dao Golden List. Looking at the image of the old man in the great Dao Golden List, everyone's heart was in their throats. At this time, they saw the image of the old man in the great Dao Golden List again. Li Changshao trembled slightly, and then his mind started working rapidly. What to do? Even if he doesn't do anything, if Master Tiandao comes, he will be bound to the great cause and effect. Therefore, at this time, Li Changshao was heartbroken and didn't care so much. He faced the terrifying pressure and shouted loudly, "The disciples of the Taoist sect have no intention of offending Tianwei. It is really carelessness and oversight. Please ask Master Tiandao." Wait a moment. After saying this, Li Changshao cursed himself again. What the hell, what are he talking about? One mistake, it was Zixiao Divine Thunder. However, Li Changshao kept his hands and hurriedly untied his Taoist robe, took off the magic weapon short gua with 16 cloth pockets sewn on the front and back, and put it into the bracelet. On the left shoulder, there is a cloth rope wrapped around it, and a piece of broken jade is tied to the rope. This thing was obtained by Li Changshao from a tomb robber when he was 5 years old. Later, he became a disciple of the immortal section. After trying it, he found that this thing could block inferences, so he has been wearing it ever since. As for the cloth rope, the quilt is a piece of linen cloth with blood on it. Wearing it can get the protection of the sages of the human race. As for whether it is useful, I don't know. Anyway, at this time, Li Changshao put the thing away. I feel that the pressure is a little less. Li Changshao was overjoyed and cut a corner of the ancient talisman carved on the back of his shoulder. The talisman was instantly broken. This thing is the secret talisman of the ancient witch clan. It can avoid disasters, and prevent deductions. It can be carved on animal skins to exert its effect, but the effect is better when carved on flesh and blood. There was another such talisman on his body that was also scratched. The pressure from heaven will be less than 1 point less. Li Changshao was secretly happy and quickly took out his belongings one after another. What about the 2 ancient coins for the deduction, the demon bone fragments tied to his feet, the colorful fish scales attached to his legs? In short, Li Changshao took out various strange objects. In order to prevent deduction 26, Li Changshao will be afraid of death and run to the end. Almost all his body is covered with treasures to prevent deduction. He just didn't expect that even heaven would be fooled. Finally, when all his treasures were taken down, the coercion completely disappeared, and at the same time, the veteran face above the dark clouds also disappeared. Of course, the dark cloud is still over Li Changshao's head. It wasn't until this moment that Li Changshao understood everything. It was because there were so many things to prevent deductions that Heavenly Dao misjudged him. Well, of course Tiandao will not take this wrong. Li Changshao exists in this world and is under the control of heaven. No matter how outrageous he is, he will not escape the control of heaven. The previous heavenly tribulation was based on Li Changshao's qualifications. Similar to an assembly line, similar to a long-established program. However, after going through the tribulation, the problem was discovered. Li Changshao's accumulation has long surpassed the limitations of his qualifications. Originally, for someone like Li Changshao, Heavenly Dao would naturally adjust the intensity of the heavenly tribulation based on the situation of the person who was overcoming the tribulation, and give the person who was overcoming the tribulation enough training. But Li Changshao had so many things on him, and Tiandao only glanced at them briefly without paying much attention, so he naturally looked away. If you look carefully, what secrets does he, a half-immortal, have? The pressure just now was really a warning. If Li Changshao doesn't take out these things, maybe a purple sky thunder will really come down. But, if you don't come down now. Fortunately, this is the benefit of politeness. Li Changshao thought about the previous time, saying polite words would not lose a piece of meat. Now, isn't the benefit coming? He quickly put on his Taoist robes and heard the rumble of the calamity cloud. Li Changshao took a deep breath, made a Taoist bow, and said loudly again, Taoist disciples, today the sky is rising. The variables of overcoming the tribulation are not calculated by the disciples. It's just a way for disciples to avoid man-made disasters. The fact that I have obtained this Taoist foundation today is actually the result of my disciples acquiring the Taoist classics, following the teachings of the Taoist ancestors, and practicing hard day and night. I sincerely ask heaven to remember that it is not easy for my disciples to practice cultivation. At this time, countless people in the world were once again speechless when they saw this scene. Good guy, survived the second catastrophe. This Li Changshao is the only one in the world. It is indeed the only one. What the heck, I survived half of the first heavenly tribulation and became a semi-immortal. Now, the second heavenly tribulation is here. Tisk tisk, this Li Changshao is a special talent. How humming afraid is this kid of death? Do you have so many anti-deduction things on you? It's against the heavens, oh shit, it's really against the heavens. Good guy, is he so afraid of death? Are you scared to death? Who is not afraid of death? The one who is not afraid of death is a fool, and the one who shouts against the will of heaven is also a fool. Unbelievable? Haha, it's so funny, it's just a shout in the small world. When we get to the prehistoric era, why don't you try shouting something against the heavens? In fact, for ordinary creatures, it doesn't matter even if you shout against the sky, but if you are a great monk, if you dare to shout against the sky, do you believe that the purple sky thunder will fall directly? Haha, contrary to heaven? If you dare to defy nature in the ancient times, you will have only one fate, death. Tisk, in a situation like Hong Huang, if the protagonists from the previous reviews are thrown over, I'm afraid they will die as soon as they take action, right? The prehistoric environment is so terrible. God is really watching you all the time. This Li Changshao is a talented person who can prosper in the ancient times. In our world, he can also prosper. Is it okay if I traveled to the wrong world? Countless people were discussing. It was amazing to see Li Changshao in the picture quickly return the place to overcome the tribulation. He even chose several places to overcome the tribulation. Unbelievable. Such a thing, it is really perfect. This Li Changshao compared with Han Li, Changshao can only be more modest. But at this moment, what is seen in the picture? As Li Changshao changes the place of tribulation, in the sky, a series of tribulation thunders gather, and after the tribulation cloud, there is a majestic palace. There are countless figures in the palace. There seems to be a majestic emperor sitting on the heavenly court. Regardless of whether he is an emperor or not, you can see that terrifying line in the sky. The calamity thunder crashed down instantly. Boom. The terrifying tribulation thunder instantly submerged Li Changshao. Li Changshao only had time to carve some ancient characters in the void, and then he was directly pressed to the ground by the tribulation thunder. After a long time, the thunder light dissipated, and the ground was forcibly covered by the tribulation thunder. A huge hole was made and he came out. Li Changshao jumped out of the hole, his clothes were in tatters and his breath was a little unstable. He couldn't help spitting blood, but he smiled. This is our real disaster? It's so damn exciting. At this moment, Li Changshao looked at the sky, grinned, his long hair danced wildly, and flew towards the sky. As for the fact that the tribulation divine thunder is very scary and powerful, Li Changshao only had one idea. Yes, very good, one more. Well, 9 thunders. The blast left his skin and flesh to pieces. This is the most serious injury he has suffered since he started practicing. However, he is still very happy. As long as he can become an immortal, what does this heavenly calamity mean? Of course, it would be great if there was no last heavenly punishment. Yes, Li Changshao suffered 10 heavenly thunders. The first 9 were normal heavenly tribulation and heavenly thunder. But this last one became heavenly punishment, a terrifying heavenly punishment in the true sense. But Li Changshao survived. This mere heavenly punishment is nothing to him. Now, Li Changshao finally became an immortal. It can be regarded as a small step in his life. Until Li Changshao returned to Xiaoxian Peak, Countless people saw again that Li Changshao was truly stable and cool, and he was so showy under the skin. Operation. After so many years, he has brought up Lingyi. He has also taught Lingyi decently. But because he was out during this period, Lingyi really did something wrong and matched other people's marriages. One person likes another girl, but that girl also likes another person. And that girl, because of Lingyi's guidance, lied that she was pregnant. As a result, this led to the two disciples a fight broke out. Regardless of whether the two people were seriously injured, they were fighting privately. In the end, they were punished by the door. "Brother, I was wrong," Lingyi lowered her head and whispered. "What's wrong?" Li Changshao asked without raising his eyelids. Lingyi lowered her head and said, "I shouldn't, without considering the reactions of several of them, I directly gave this bad idea to senior sister Yan'er. As a result, they were punished by the section." Li Changshao glared, hating that iron could never be made into steel. "I have taught you for so many years, and you really vomited out everything I taught you in just a few days. Whatever, your character is just like this. I shouldn't have such high demands on you, alas, that's all. No, just don't. Brother, just ask me." Lingyi immediately panicked and hurriedly said, "I will never cause trouble again, don't give up on me, senior brother. From now on, I will practice quietly by your side. When I meet strangers, I won't say a word." Li Changshao raised his eyelids and asked again, "Then tell me, where did you go wrong?" Lingyi's eyes turned red and she was a little at a loss. I. She talked for a long time, but she didn't say anything. "You shouldn't be meddling in other people's affairs." Li Changshao pointed to the table and sighed. "You know, is Lu Yan'er's destined marriage to Lu Sijie or Wanjie? One has been secretly in love for 100 years, and the other has known each other for several years. Why would Lu Yan'er hesitate? Why can't you say cruel words to Lu Sijie? Don't you still have doubts in your heart? Lu Yan'er is already 150 or 60 years old, can he think of any other solution? It's not that I can't, I just don't want to. If you interfere from the side, it is equivalent to directly cutting off a person's path and making her undecided marriage become a given. If you follow other people's destiny, that's it. If you change other people's destiny, you will bear the responsibility of 3 people in one sentence. Cause and effect, how much has this damaged your own luck? Don't always think that you are the smartest and have the most ideas. No one is stupider than others. Only people like to be smart. This incident is the best reflection of your unstable mind." Lan Ling'er asked in a trembling voice, "Senior brother, how should I remedy this? You have made many mistakes. Later, go and apologize to senior sister Lu Yan'er and ask her for forgiveness." Li Changshao rubbed his forehead and sighed, "It seems you still don't quite understand. Let me give you a simple example. If senior sister Lu Yan'er and junior brother Wanjie break up in the future, who will she blame first?" Lingyi thought about it and then said, "Is it me who came up with the idea to help her reject the other person, an outsider?" Li Changshao smiled bitterly and said, "So, why do you want to interfere in other people's private affairs, who can explain the word love clearly since ancient times? This is not a necessity for cultivating Taoism and seeking immortality. This is what you think about most every day. If things continue like this, it will only waste your qualifications and understanding." After apologizing to senior sister Yan'er, I reflected on the mountain. When will Lu Sijie come out of seclusion? 230, you should come out of seclusion at that time. Li Changshao stood up and immediately said, "I won't punish you too much this time. Get a slate and copy the Wenzi Sutra 300 times, when will I really understand where I went wrong and go to Lu Yan'er to apologize?" Immediately, Lingyi silently walked under the willow tree, took out a slate, and began to silently write the scriptures written by Li Changshao more than 10 years ago. At this moment, Countless people in the world are also watching this so-called stable character scripture, but see. Wanjie. Anonymous in the great wilderness. When people come and go, don't meddle. Immortals are already established, so it's hard to compete for the first place. When encountering injustice, think about self-reliance. When encountering difficulties, you need to reflect on yourself. If you have many friends, you will have nothing to hide from. If you have few friends, you will avoid misfortune. The enemy must not be established, otherwise he will be in danger. Strike first, then turn into ashes. Don't be self-sufficient, don't be afraid, everything is stable and you can have peace. If you take a wrong path, you will advance when you retreat. If you get an opportunity, you will make a decision. 11 Hong, a good old man, was finally punished. How miserable! He has demonic powers, has many schemes, is knocked unconscious, and has an iron pot thrown at him. The old Zhou tribe is weak in thinking and powerful, and there is nothing they can do. The ancient tribes in ancient times were dissatisfied, fought hard for luck, and ended up lonely. After the two heroes divided the world, they were provoked and all fell. When new people arise, they praise rituals and music, and gain sages and wise men. In my generation, bad luck is hidden, the path to immortality is complete, and the fruit of Taoism is obtained. Things are stable, rejecting cause and effect, avoiding the strong, and enjoying oneself. To avoid natural disasters, change is needed. To avoid man-made disasters, do not leave any trouble. Hearing the Tao in the morning, the path to immortality is clear, and the scriptures with stable characters are kept by the side of my hand. There are hundreds of words written eloquently. Lan Lingyi carved it over and over again. Countless people in the world looked at this stable character sutra, but they were completely dumbfounded. Damn it, this Li Changshao, forgo, even published a Go Zi Zheng. Hiss, it's so terrifying, so terrifying. Good guy, this Li Changshao has carved the word go into his bones. Damn it, I was shocked, how could there be such a stubborn person? I thought Han Li was already stubborn enough. Damn it, I never thought that there was someone even more stubborn than Han Li. Don't meddle in the comings and goings of life, the immortal is already established, it's hard to compete for the first place. Tisk, just 12 words, it perfectly expresses the meaning of don't mind your own business. The enemy must not be established, otherwise he will be in danger. Strike first, then turn into ashes. Good fellow, Go Sheng has begun to teach the Dharma. This is why we must eradicate the roots and crush the bones and spread the ashes. Go Sheng's manual, what the hell? 11 Hong, a good old man, was finally punished. How miserable is it? Phew, ha ha ha, are you talking about Ancestor Hongyuan? Ancestor Hongyuan from the prehistoric world? That good old guy who was being plotted against. Tisk tisk, if this Go Zi Jing spreads out, Li Changshao may be in trouble. Well, I feel like it's going to get cold now. Ha ha ha, I finally saw the treasure book. From then on, I practiced the Go Zi Sutra and became a great master of Go Dao. I am the only one in heaven and on earth. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Taking stock of the top 10 golden fingers, the protagonist of Wanjie went crazy. Author, Chirp. Chapter 133. At this moment, countless people in the world looked at the Wanjie Sutra in the picture, and their eyes shone brightly. This is a treasure. In just 100 words, it explains the simplest wisdom in the world. If you want a bright path to immortality, there is definitely nothing wrong with following the code of conduct in this book. Well, you may not necessarily be able to become such a heaven-defying and wonderful existence, but if you persist to the end, you will be a saint. Who doesn't want to realize the supreme truth for himself? Who doesn't want to be the one who controls me? At this moment, everyone looked at the Great Dao Golden List and the Stability Sutra in the picture, and one by one they began to memorize it silently. At this time, in the mortal world, Han Li looked at the Wenzijing in the picture, raised his eyebrows slightly, and immediately began to read it carefully. The more I think about it, the more I feel that this Wenzijing is profound, and it is almost equivalent to his code of conduct. Don't meddle in the comings and goings of life, the immortal is already established, it's hard to be the first, don't meddle, Han Li's eyes lit up, it's so right, so right. This is simply the golden rule, this is simply his Bible. He has always been a stubborn person. He has always been a stubborn person. Of course, when it's time to argue, we'll argue. But no matter what, he has never come up with any scriptures about his code of conduct. Now it's better. That great Saint Go directly summarized the stability of Wenzijing, it's simply terrifying. Han Li eyes twinkling. At the same time, in the world of Jishan, Go Zijing, Yefan looked at the so-called stable character scripture in the picture with a strange expression. What a Go character scripture! They have all been published. However, fortunately, it is a prehistoric world. If it were placed in a world like ours, his eyes twinkled. To be strict or not to be strict is a matter of world importance. Different worlds have different ways of doing things. In a world like theirs, that means moving forward in an indomitable way, that means dominating the world, and that means controlling the world. How can you behave without being arrogant? If you are not domineering and you do not let yourself shine brightly, how can you find the opportunity? In a world like theirs, one thing is important. Pay attention to an invincible potential. How can you be honored if you don't dominate the world? However, it is different in the ancient world and the world of immortals. The prehistoric world can be rough, it can be about practicing in seclusion, it can be about enlightenment and planning, it can be about calculation, all of them are like Lao Yinbai. Therefore, this Go Zijing may still have some use in the world of Xiangxia, and there is a certain truth to it. But if this is a fantasy world like theirs, if there are really people who regard this scripture as a golden rule, then, it is possible to protect yourself wisely, but if you want to compete with the geniuses or walk with the evildoers, then it is impossible. So, this thing depends on the situation. Yefan shook his head, but when he looked at the stable character scripture, he still remembered it. He may not necessarily adhere to this thing, but between the lines, there is still some truth in it. At the same time, the civilized world of heaven. Bai Qiren looked at the Go Zijing in the picture, and the corner of his mouth twitched. What's the use of Go? Can you allow me to build a foundation? Bai Qiren looked at the Go Zijing in the golden list of the Great Dao and was speechless. He envied these worlds so much. He also envied those normal people. Being able to build the foundation normally and improve the realm normally was simply what he dreamed of. But now, he has reached the 99,999th level of Qi training. He is one step away from reaching the 100,000 level. It seems that he has no hope of building the foundation. Alas! He has a complicated look on his face. Envious. At the same time, in a prehistoric world composed of a certain universe, along with Li Changshao's Stability Classic was exposed on the Dao Gold List. Throughout the prehistoric era, countless people looked at the Go Zijing in the picture, and the corners of their mouths twitched crazily. Those hidden powerful people thought that they were obedient enough and shady enough, but they never expected that Li Changshao could display his obedient ways to the fullest. Good guy. Even the Go Zijing came out. At this time, deep in the chaos, inside the Zixiao Palace, Hung Jun looked at the picture on the Dao Gold List and twitched the corner of his mouth. This Li Changshao is really a damn talent. Immediately, he smiled again, but it didn't matter. Anyway, the prehistoric world can't escape his control. Li Changshao is a talent, so it's better to be used by him. At this time in Taking Heaven, Taking Laozi looked at the so-called Gozi I Jing made by Li Changshao in the Great Dao Gold List, and pondered for a while. Immediately, a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. He finally knew this. Why did Li Changshao have a master-disciple relationship with him? From this Gozi I Jing, you can get a glimpse of it. This Li Changshao is incomparable with his way of inaction. It's like he is the successor of his mantle. Of course, his inaction is the way, and Li Changshao's Gozi I Jing is used to save life. However, it's not a big problem. With Li Changshao's stable body, it would be difficult not to become his disciple. At the same time, Wanjie Tianzun and Tongtian cult master looked at the so-called Gozi I Jing by Li Changshao in the picture, and their eyelids jumped wildly. Good guy. As expected of his eldest brother's disciple. So similar. Damn, it's so similar. The Chanjiao Immortal and Jijiao Immortal also looked strange when they saw this scene. They never expected that such a great talent would come out of their sect. Damn it, is this too stubborn? At the same time, on Mount Sumeru in the west. Well, this boy has a destiny with me from the west. If you can enter the gate of our west, we should make our west prosper. Zunti's eyes lit up. Although Li Changshao was a bit arrogant, he was extremely steady based on his code of conduct. He believed that such a steady person would be able to lead them to the west to great prosperity. It was a pity that who did he see? They all have a predestined relationship, and there are only a few who really have a predestined relationship with him in the west. At the same time, in the Wuzhuang Temple of Wanshao Mountain, Zhen Yuanzi looked at the so-called stable character sutra, and his eyes turned black, especially the sentence 11 Hong, a good old man, was finally punished. How miserable. This specialise, isn't he talking about his good friend ancestor Hong Yuan? Damn it, my best friend died and he still had to be whipped? He smiled bitterly. But there was nothing he could do, and that was indeed the case. At this time, Xiaoxian Peak was on the way. Li Changshao sighed when he saw his stable character scripture being exposed in all the worlds. Oh! Stable character scripture. But, he then thought about it, once he came out with the stable character sutra, the mighty people in the sky wouldn't have any thoughts about him, right? As a person who is so stubborn, he never touches anyone's interests. He only takes care of himself and practices peacefully. If he doesn't touch anyone's interests, no one will be disadvantageous to him, right? He thought about it, but soon sighed. He has been exposed to all the heavens and the world, exposed to everyone's eyes. There is no doubt that those powerful people have paid attention to him. Whether it's a good or bad impression of him. In short, it's all trouble. If you want. The kind that is constantly in trouble. Just take it as it comes and hope you don't do anything too outrageous in the future. Li Changshao looked at the Dao Golden List, worried, and sighed. At this moment, there are discussions among countless people in all the worlds. As you can see, the scene on the Grand Avenue Gold List changed. Although Li Changshao was struggling, he was not without his highlight moments. After becoming an immortal, he served the heavenly court and had an irreversible relationship with His Majesty the Heavenly Emperor. And when he arrived at the heavenly immortal realm and was about to survive the heavenly tribulation, he wanted to be more stable. 50% sure of surviving the heavenly tribulation? For others, it was a chance to take a chance, but for Li Changshao, this was undoubtedly seeking death. 60% sure of surviving the catastrophe? For others, this is no longer a matter of giving it a try, they can go straight to it. However, for Li Changshao, it was still the same as seeking death. I am 70% sure that others have already begun to go through the heavenly tribulation, but Li Changshao is still preparing and still trying his best to suppress his own cultivation. When you are 80% sure, for others, this is already a high probability of surviving the catastrophe, and you can go directly. But for Li Changshao, 80% certainty is still the same as seeking death. When they are 90% sure of surviving the catastrophe, others already feel that they are stable and can definitely survive the catastrophe. But for Li Changshao, the 10% risk is still a risk. Therefore, if Li Changshao wants to survive the catastrophe, he must increase his chance of winning to 95%. Even for Li Changshao, 95% is somewhat risky. It is absolutely necessary not to overcome the calamity. You have to get 98%. 98%. It can be said that this is already infinitely closer to perfection. Of course, when he said 98%, he actually thought he was 100% sure. The remaining 2 floors are actually to give Tiandao some face. That's 98%. There is no doubt that Li Changshao's golden immortal tribulation passed without incident. Nonsense. Damn it, 98% of it is already there. If you don't go there, what's your name? At this time, countless people in all heavens and realms look strange. Well, 98%, this Li Chang, I really want to strangle him to death. It's a good thing that I'm not a Taoist ancestor, otherwise, I would kill him with a lightning strike right now. Tisk tisk, I don't know what Dao ancestor's reaction will be when he sees him. I'm afraid I won't get hacked directly. Ha ha ha, 98%. A good 98%. Too stubborn, this guy is too stubborn. Han Li has never seen anything like this before. Han Li is even 60% sure of overcoming the calamity. How can Li Changshao not be able to overcome the calamity if he is less than 98% confident? I'm convinced, this Li Changshao is the one. I have seen the existence of Go, so don't be too Go. 98%? Tisk tisk, who in the world can guarantee that he is 98%? This guy, hell, he's 90% or 90% every day. If Dao ancestor were a normal person, I'm afraid he wouldn't have suffered a cerebral hemorrhage due to Diki. A good 98%. At this moment, countless people in the world are discussing how Li Changshao's behavior is so amazing. Han Lai Gu, that is also a Go in behavior. And what about Li Changshao? What the hell is Go Sage, the holy Go among Go? Immediately afterwards, everyone saw that the scene changed. Li Changshao went to heaven and became the so-called Taibei Venus again. Visited the emperors of the past dynasties in Huayun Cave, received guidance from Fuxi, and obtained the treasure money. After a series of events, his master, Taoist master Qi Yuan, died unexpectedly and was reincarnated as Zhangxia. He practiced in seclusion. After he came out of seclusion, he formally worshipped Saint Taking as his teacher and entered the human sect. After learning from his masters and teachings, he began to prepare for the great catastrophe again and began to pave the way for the great catastrophe. The Western Church repeatedly interfered, but Li Changshao ruined the plan. In the end, the Western cult became angry and broke up with Li Changshao. He gave up all pretense, showed his cards, and took a hostile position against Li Changshao. At this time, it was seen that the scene changed. In the final battle of the conferred gods, both the disciples of Changjiao and Zhijiao suffered casualties. Especially Zhijiao. It even involved Our Lady of Golden Spirit, Our Lady of Golden Light, and even Zhao Gongming. Zhao Gongming and Li Changshao are close friends. And Our Lady of Jinling is Zhao Gongming's Taoist companion. Our Lady of Golden Spirit and Our Lady of Golden Light are on good terms again. If something happens to Our Lady of Golden Light, Our Lady of Golden Spirit will naturally go to help. Notre Dame Jinling went to help, and Zhao Gongming, who was worried about Taoist companions, naturally also went. As for the Holy Mother of Golden Light, she was defeated in the battle with Yang Jian. Yang Jian had a good relationship with Li Changshao, So he naturally let the Holy Mother of Golden Light go and let the Holy Mother of Golden Light go to the canonization platform by herself. She didn't need to die, and her body could be canonized as a god. However, someone else refused. It is Manjusri Guangfa Tianzun, Samantabhadra Taoist and Sahang Taoist who need to intercept, and must kill the Golden Light Holy Mother, so that the so-called explanatory teaching will have fewer powerful enemies in the future. But when Our Lady of Golden Spirit arrived, the situation was different. The strength of the Golden Spirit Mother directly took Manjusri as a hostage. 1 for 1, very fair. Guangchenzi couldn't do anything even if he gritted his teeth in anger. Finally, agreed. Seeing that the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit was about to send the Holy Mother of the Golden Light to the conferment stage. However, just at this moment, buzz! A terrifying coercion instantly descended on the heads of Our Lady of Golden Light and Our Lady of Golden Spirit. But in the void, an old Taoist with a lantern stood quietly, looking into the eyes of Our Lady of Golden Spirit and Golden Spirit. Is an undisguised murderous intention. Without saying a word, he immediately slapped a palm and pressed against the Golden Spirit Holy Mother. Western teaching, the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit gritted her teeth. She was furious, but she was not afraid at all. Her body was wrapped in golden light and soared into the sky. Her innate spirit treasure radiated radiance and blasted towards the palm shadow. However, the old Taoist just snorted coldly. The brilliance of rice grains. Yes, this old man is the second leader of the Western sect, Taoist Zunti. One of the legendary 6 saints. He is indifferent. Naturally, he has the capital of indifference. As a saint, man, he can destroy the sky with a casual blow. The land was destroyed. However, she didn't expect that the Golden Spirit Holy Mother was very powerful. The treasure kept flashing, the terrifying power shook, and the void was extinguished. Even the big palm prints continued to dissipate under the bombardment of the treasure. Zunti frowning, he looked at the Golden Spirit Mother and said in a cold voice, Golden Spirit Mother, are you still rude to me? But you think I can't kill you? He put away the green lantern, and the 7 treasures wonderful tree appeared in his palm, and he lightly brushed it against the Golden Spirit Virgin. The Golden Spirit Virgin was not afraid, exposed and surrounded, and forcibly resisted the brilliance of the 7 treasures wonderful tree. However, next time 1 second. Puff, the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit suddenly spurted out a mouthful of blood, her face turned pale, and her body was imprisoned. It's not that she couldn't resist, but she still had to use part of her magic power to protect her belly. Yes, she was pregnant. Even at her peak, it is a quasi-sage, and it is impossible to take action against a saint. Not to mention the current situation of the Golden Spirit Virgin Mother. Therefore, she fell down naturally. Senior Sister, Our Lady of Golden Light exclaimed and hurried up to respond. However, Our Lady of Golden Spirit waved her hands and looked solemnly at Zunti in the sky, with golden flames flashing in her eyes. Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit, today, Pandeo will settle with you the cause and effect of overthrowing my Western Mountain Gate. Zunti said calmly. Boom, the next second, the overwhelming pressure of the saints was crushing towards Our Lady of the Golden Spirit. The Virgin of the Golden Spirit vomited blood. The stream of flames was blown back, and she knelt down on one knee, holding her sword, protecting her abdomen, and looking at in her eyes, there was anger, as well as sadness and pain. She covered her aching lower abdomen, feeling a little sad. Children, it's unlucky to be a mother's child, right? But my mother has never been convinced, and she has never been afraid. My mother can't help you, but my mother has never regretted it. So what about the saint? So what about the saints? At this moment, the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit was covered in blood, but she stood up under the pressure of the terrifying saint, her eyes were fierce, her long sword pointed at the sky, and she shouted angrily. If I had been born as a Shiyuanhui earlier, how could you, the saints of the West, have attained the enlightenment? Taking stock of the top 10 golden fingers, the protagonist of Wanjie went crazy. Author, Chirp. Chapter 134. At this moment, facing the Golden Spirit Holy Mother, she screams saint. Countless people in all the worlds were stunned when they saw this scene. Immediately, countless people took a breath. Good guy, challenge the saint? Does the Golden Spirit Holy Mother not want to live anymore? Unbelievable. Do you even dare to challenge a saint? Horrible, absolutely terrible. Who gave the Golden Spirit Mother the confidence? Who gave the Golden Spirit Virgin the courage? How dare you challenge the saint? Although this Zunti saint is only at the bottom of the list among saints, he is still a saint after all, and he is not something that an ordinary monk can challenge. Below the saints are all ants. Doesn't the Golden Spirit Mother understand this truth? What does it mean to challenge a saint? Isn't it normal for geniuses to leapfrog the competition? I think Yefan can defeat the great emperor, and Shi Hao can defeat the supreme being? Is there any difference? The same question. Add one for the same question. Haha, which remote small world are you from? Don't you know how scary saints are? Still fighting for a higher level? Just kidding, right? Do you know how scary the saint is? There is a popular saying in ancient times, below the saints, all are ants. No matter you are a great Luo or a quasi-sage, you are always an ant in front of the saint. You will not be able to bear the pressure of the saint. This is the saint. Bound with the way of heaven, integrated with the world, he is the incarnation of the way, he is the way. He is God. How can an ant shake the sky? There is an essential difference between a saint and other practitioners. A saint can reopen the world with a single thought, a saint is everywhere, and a saint is omnipotent. This is the prehistoric saint. Really standing on the ceiling. So the saint is really defiant? The kind that is the most powerful in all the worlds. If you say so, it's exactly what you think. This is a saint, omnipotent. This Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit is trying to challenge the saint, but it's just a way to die. There are 3, 6, or 9 levels of saints, but they are in the same realm as saints, not in the realm of saints. No matter how defiant you are, no matter how talented you are still just an ant. When Shi Hao comes, everyone will be caught blind. Haha, let alone Shi Hao, those previous sons of destiny and those protagonists were not enough to watch against the saints. This is the saint. It's too wide to be afraid of, it's too wide to be afraid. Is this a saint? It has to be said that this Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit dared to challenge the saint. From then on, her name was remembered in all the worlds. It's a pity that Zunti will not spare her life. Our Lady of Golden Spirit is dead, there is absolutely no way to survive. At this moment, countless people looked at the screen and looked at the Golden Spirit Mother. They all sighed with emotion and had complicated expressions. The prehistoric world is different from these worlds. In these worlds, there are still situations where the weak can defeat the strong. Fighting beyond one level is simply the norm. However, it would not work in the prehistoric times. Oh, of course, below the saint, you may still be able to fight beyond one level. But, at the level of a saint, fighting over one level? What kind of joke is this to all the worlds? But the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit knew this and still called her a saint. All I can say is that her courage is commendable. At this time, in a prehistoric world composed of a certain universe, the challenging saint, this Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit, is incredible, incredible. If I had been born as a Shiyuanhui earlier, how could you, the Western saints, have attained the enlightenment? It's scary, it's too scary. Is this the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit? Our Lady of Golden Spirit? That intersect sister who intercepts teachings. You actually have such courage. Hiss. This is Jijiao. Our Lady of Golden Spirit? Challenging the saint? This. At this moment, in the wilderness, those people were more shocked than anyone in the world. They know the power of the saint better than anyone else, and they also know how terrifying the saint is. As a disciple of Master Tongtian, the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit is naturally more aware of the power of the saint. Now, to challenge the saint. I can only say that this Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit is too courageous. It's simply too big. Countless people looked at the unafraid appearance of the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit in the picture, and each one of them felt a little dazed. Jijiao Xian? Is this the Jijiao immortal? At the same time, in the prehistoric world, countless Jijiao disciples looked at the familiar figure in the picture, and all of them opened their mouths in shock. Is that still the senior sister they know? Challenging the saint? How dare you, senior sister? Their scalps were numb and scary. This is so scary. They never thought that in the future, the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit would challenge the saint. Although the saint is only the weakest among the 6 saints, he is not something that ordinary monks and ordinary disciples can challenge. Even if you, the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit, are very talented and extremely talented, you still can't challenge the saint. Isn't this courting death? Numb, countless disciples of Jijiao are numb. At the same time, Zunti from the Western sect in Mount Sumeru narrowed his eyes when he saw the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit shouting at him in the golden list of the Great Dao. What a, CGDJ, Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit. How dare you shout at a saint like him? Are you simply not taking him seriously as a saint? Court death. His eyes are cold. Now he couldn't wait to immediately wipe out this guy who didn't know how to respect the saint. Not everyone can brush off the face of a saint. He did not want to be shy, but that was for other saints. A junior made a provocation and lost his face. So what if he killed the Golden Spirit Virgin? But in the end, he decided to do it. After all, this Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit is a disciple of Tongtian. It reaches the sky and protects the calf, so let's leave this matter aside for the time being. After the Dao Golden List is over, it won't be too late for him to go find the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit. It's just the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit. He doesn't want to take care of the Son of Luck, and he doesn't think it's necessary to take care of him. So, isn't there anything he can do to take care of the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit? He has 100 ways to make this Golden Spirit Holy Mother want to live but not die. Subconsciously, he looked at the Avenue Gold List again. At this time, in the big gold list, pictures continued to appear. With the provocation of the Golden Spirit Mother, there is no doubt that Zunti in the picture is angry. Buzz. The 7 treasures tree in his hand radiated light, and the stream of light seemed to be crushing the sky, crushing towards the Golden Spirit Mother. The Golden Spirit Mother gritted her teeth, raised her sword to resist, the mana all over her body surged, and she struggled to hold on. Seeing that when the last stream of light fell, it was about to completely annihilate the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit. At this moment, Tongtian, who was fighting with Wanjie, was anxious. In the sky, the Jade Emperor who was watching the scene was anxious. They wanted to save, but they couldn't save at all. However, at this moment, the space of heaven and earth beside Our Lady of the Golden Spirit suddenly exploded, and a figure sprang out from the space of heaven and earth, and immediately stood in front of Our Lady of the Golden Spirit. Poof! That flesh and blood body forcefully carried the colorful light pillar, and immediately, the 2 chi of yin and yang intertwined behind it to form the shadow of the Tai Chi diagram, swallowing all the light pillars. This is Li Changshao. Chang'an, the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit opened her mouth, and immediately fell down softly. Li Changshao looked at Our Lady of the Golden Spirit, then frowned, turned his head, and looked coldly at Taoist Zunti in the sky. Zunti Saint, that's it for today. Li Changgen looked at Zunti and spoke calmly. When Zunti saw Li Changgen, his eyes sharpened and he snorted, Li Changgen, who are you talking to? Li Changgen, Li Changgen. It's all him. Li Changgen is his name in heaven, and Li Changgen is his real name. Whether you call him Li Changgen or Li Changgen, you always call him. But at this time, Li Changgen said calmly, the second leader of the Western sect, the baby in the arms of the Holy Mother of the Golden Spirit, is the destined star of the four emperors of heaven, and is the divine destiny of the second-level righteous God. Do you want to go against the heaven that is about to complete its rise? Zunti was silent for a while, then said, stay the golden light. The golden light can now enter the conferred God platform, Ting. Zunti snorted coldly, faintly angry. You want to take away Jinling and Jingguang? Please ask the saints to make it happen. Li Changshao became a saint and spoke without giving in at all. The seven treasures tree in Zunti's hand shone with light. The Xianhuang exquisite pagoda of heaven and earth appeared on Li Changshao's shoulder. The next second, snapped, the colorful beam of light from the seven treasures tree instantly turned into a long whip, crushing directly towards Li Changshao. Of course, it wasn't just Li Changshao, the long whip also vaguely locked onto the Holy Mother of Golden Light and the Holy Mother of Golden Spirit. Li Changshao's expression sank. Buzz. The next second, the Tai Chi diagram in front of him was intertwined with black and white light, and the black and yellow exquisite pagoda of heaven and earth shone with luster. At the same time, a loud shout followed. How dare you, Zunti! The next second, a ray of water blue light infected the sky, and Zhao Gongming roared with rage. Zunti! Try touching them! I, Zhao Gongming, will fight to the death with you today. 24 Dingai divine pearls shined in the sky, guarding Zhao Gongming like big stars. They were like 24 directions of sea water, crushing towards Zunti. Zunti frowned, looking at you. More and more juniors came to challenge him, and his face turned cold. In seconds, the seven treasures tree emitted light and blasted towards the 24 Dingai divine pearls in an instant. Not to mention that these 24 Dingai divine pearls have not yet evolved into the complete heavens. Even if they have evolved into the heavens, they are not enough to be seen in front of the saint. Zhao Gongming withdrew the 24 Dingai divine pearls. At the same time, his body flew past, but he slapped Zunti's treasure body with a slap. Zunti looked ugly, again and again. Court death, he snorted coldly, and also blasted away with a palm. Boom! At this moment, the two palms collided, and the void exploded. Even the extremely stable space of the prehistoric world had countless cracks at this moment. The world was reversed, the void was extinguished, and countless chaotic energies were lingering. Zhao Gongming and Zunti fought, and even the prehistoric space was unexpectedly broken. The space in the world collapsed. But despite this, Zhao Gongming was still defeated after all. He was blasted away by this palm, blood spurted from his mouth, and his own Taoist charm was even more unstable. However, at this moment, the black and white Tai Chi diagram fist also hit Zunti. Li Changshao took action. What kind of one-on-one deal with Zunti? Zunti glanced at him and his expression turned cold. Immediately fighting with Zhao Gongming and Li Changshao. These three people have terrifying Taoyuan, and every move has the power to destroy the heaven and the earth. Just the spread of Yubo frightens countless people. The level of terrifying momentum has exceeded what kind of supreme immortal emperor. The horror makes one's scalp numb. Li Changshao relied on the treasure Tai Chi diagram and the Xianhuang exquisite pagoda of heaven and earth to constantly wander around and attack. Zhao Gongming, on the other hand, relied on the 24 Dingai pearls to evolve the various gods. The power of heaven. For a moment, the two of them were on par with the Saint Zunti. This shows how terrifying the strength of the two of them is at this moment. At this moment, a low shout rang out. "Yang Jian of heaven, please come." The next second, I saw a handsome young man flying up with a three-pointed two-edged sword. But the next second, he was directly shot away by Zunti and landed not far away from the Golden Spirit Mother. A saint is a saint. This is nothing cats and dogs can be provoked. If Zhao Gongming hadn't had the power of the 24 heavens, and if Li Changshao hadn't had the innate treasure and the acquired defense treasure, they wouldn't have been able to withstand Zunti's bombardment. A saint is a saint after all. The weakest saint is also a saint. However, at this moment, taking advantage of Zunti's opportunity to slap Yang Jian away with his palm, Li Changshao's expression condensed, flashing hundreds of times in the air, and drew his sword finger with his right hand, directly pointing at Zunti's back of the head. Well. Zunti's eyes widened, he staggered 2 steps, and then poof. He spat out a mouthful of saint's blood. Quiet. At this moment, whether it is in the wilderness or in the world, there is deathly silence. Everyone stared with wide eyes and looked at everything that happened in the Dao Golden List with horror on their faces. They even suspected that they had seen it wrong. Saint. The dignified saint was actually beaten to death by Li Changshao. Grass. What a saint. At this moment, countless people in all the worlds are going crazy. What the hell, did the saint get a mouthful of blood from him? Is this Li Changshao really human? All the saints were injured? This Li Changshao, hey, did I get it wrong? Fake, it's all fake. The saint is injured? How can it be? Fake, all fake. My scalp is numb. What the hell, my scalp is numb. What kind of monster is this Li Changshao? Can even a saint be injured? Horrible, simply terrible. Scary. What's so scary about this? You tried your best and got a drop of blood. A drop of blood. Haha, when one day an ant can make a god shed a drop of blood, the ant is still an ant, but the god is no longer a god. What the hell, what the hell, what the I don't know how to use words to describe my mood at this moment. It was said before that it is impossible to fight beyond the level, but Li Changshao proved with facts that a saint is not invincible. Horrible, so damn, so terrible. At this moment, countless people looked at what happened in the picture and felt their scalps numb. The saint was beaten and vomited blood. This is the first time in all the worlds. It's over. This Li Changshao and Zhao Gongming are over. At this moment, countless people looked at the Dao Golden List. Sure enough, Zunti was furious and wanted to tear Li Changshao and Zhao Gongming into pieces. However, Li Changshao and Zhao Gongming cooperated tacitly. In the end, Zhao Gongming just vomited blood. Only one arm was crippled. This is already a glorious enough achievement. However, at this moment, the invitation came. The power of the two saints. Even though Li Changshao was protected by the Tai Chi diagram, he couldn't withstand it. Looking at Li Changshao, who was unable to move under the pressure of the huge palm, Zunti sneered, "If you don't become a saint, you will be an ant after all." Li Changshao gritted his teeth and stiffened his teeth. Zhao Gongming shouted in a low voice, Changshao, go quickly, we and my wife are here to support you. You just want to clear up the two of us, what does that have to do with you? Li Changshao gritted his teeth and said nothing, still resisting. Taking stock of the top 10 golden fingers, the protagonist of Wanjie went crazy. Author, Chirp. Chapter 135. Tisk, do these two saints Zunti and Jingyan really have no shame? Two saints actually attacked Li Changshao at the same time. Although Li Changshao did not win this time, Zunti and Jingyan lost. Being beaten to death by Li Changshao, haha, Li Changshao can brag for the rest of his life. Li Changshao, defying heaven. I'm so blown away. To be honest, I really didn't expect that Li Changshao could reach this point. It's so unbelievable. He is obviously a very stubborn person, but he actually jumped out and hurt the saint? Horrible. Indeed, this Li Changshao is simply terrifying to the extreme. From now on, his name will be spread throughout the world. Is this a saint? This saint didn't seem to be anything special, but he was hurt by a junior and became angry with shame. Bullying the minority with more? Tisk, tisk, it's just rubbish. At this moment, countless people looked at everything that happened in the picture and were mocking. This accurate mention and introduction is really unbearable. If you can't beat it, why do you bully the few with more? It as simply rubbish. Is this person worthy of being a saint? It's really like what the Golden Spirit Mother said, if she had been born 10 Yuan Hui earlier, where would she have come from? What happened in the West? At this moment, countless people looked at the Dao Golden List again. At this moment, they could see that in the picture, Li Changshao was watching Li Changshao resisting. Zhao Gongming, however, was confused by Lao Yan, and burst into tears. Changgang, hurry up. I'm dragging you down, I'm willing to be in trouble. You can't walk. With that, he turned red-eyed and roared at Zunti. Jingyan, Zunti. Jingyan. Come and kill me. Come and kill me. Immediately, he shouted to Li Changshao again, Zhao Gongming, can't repay your kindness. You might as well let me die. Li Changgang. Li Changshao. Facing the saint, even if they could resist once or twice, in the end the fate is still the word death. Their master, Tongtian cult master, was entangled by Yuanqi Tianzun. I am too pure to end up. Faced with this situation, the only option is to wait for death. Li Changshao was silent, his hands trembling. At this moment, Ji Yin suddenly said, Jinling does not have to die today, Zhao Gongming only needs one life. Zhao Gongming's eyes suddenly lit up with golden light. He wanted to push the Golden Spirit Mother away, but the Golden Spirit Mother held Zhao Gongming's right arm tightly. At this moment, the Holy Mother of Golden Light, who had been suppressed by the Saint Dao Yun, suddenly held the sword in her hand. Her face was pale. Why? Why can the saint decide the fate of others at will? Why does Second Master want to help Western teachers but not us? Why do our Taoist sects fight each other? Everything started because of me, please let the saint let go of my brothers and sisters. Our Lady of Golden Light stood up, tears falling, her eyes full of pain. Everything is my fault. After saying that, she kissed her with her long sword, and the sword blade cut through her neck, directly cutting off her life. Plop, her petite body slowly fell to the ground, her soul was broken, and blood dripped from her neck. Golden Light, Li Changshao suddenly turned his head, his eyes were about to burst. He wanted to save him, but he couldn't. Her fault. Li Changshao's eyes were a little dull, feeling the boundless pressure, his body trembled, but he stood up suddenly. He raised his head, stared at the sky, looked at the so-called saint, and looked at the 9 heavens. At this moment, Li Changshao's eyes were filled with calmness, and within the calmness, there was also the extremely suppressed anger. Why should she say it was her fault? Answer me. Why should she say it was her fault? At this moment, the faintly chilling voice resounded throughout the world. The trembling voice was filled with endless anger. Zunti frowned and stared at Li Changshao coldly. Li Changshao laughed at himself, with a hint of anger in his eyes. Sad. He really wanted to expose his trump card at all costs, take out the trump card used to deal with the way of heaven, put it here, and kill the 2 saints in front of him. But, saints cannot die. This is what taking Laozi once said to him. Yes. Saints cannot die. The 6 saints are balancing the power of heaven. If a saint dies, heaven will completely overwhelm living beings. If a saint is swallowed by heaven, heaven will completely lose its balance. Therefore, the most powerful saint they will not kill the weakest saint. So saints can do whatever they want. So saints can regard all living beings as ants. So saints can decide the life and death of other living beings without any bottom line, no principles, and no conditions. But, like this, what is the difference between a saint and the cold and ruthless heaven that regards all living beings as ants? Are saints really immortal? Aren't the 6 sages unable to restrain heaven long ago? When the great tribulation of the gods is over, heaven will be completely prosperous, and heaven will also take advantage of this opportunity to suppress the 6 saints, isn't it? In this case, since this is the case, Li Changshao's eyes are red. Saint, why can't you die? Why are you so superior? Just because you live old? Just because you are ancient winner? Just because you have no face and no skin, just because you can be inhumane? Such a primitive world. Such a world. Don't do it. Teacher. At this moment, Li Changshao suddenly shouted, his voice shaking the sky, and the icy chill resounding through the sky. Disciple still has 3 final ways to save living beings. But Li Changshao stared at the saint in the sky, gritted his teeth, and shouted, but, I want to kill the saint. I want to kill the second saint of the Western sect. I will bear all the consequences. I will solve it. I will bear it. I will bear it today, just to kill the saint. Boom. At this moment, Li Changshao's words were like a thunderbolt from the blue. Countless people in the prehistoric era were stunned. Countless people in the world were also stunned. However, before they could react, they saw that in the picture, the huge Zunti Jingying on the Dharma body, a Tai Chi diagram slowly opened, the universe was shrouded, the years were cut off, and the endless pressure fell. At this moment, Zunti Jiyin's face changed drastically. In the 9 heavens, there was an old Taoist sitting cross-legged. That was the Tai's Hang, that is Lao Zi taking. Ken. One word resounded through the sky and resounded in Li Changshao's heart. Smile. At this moment, Li Changshao smiled. He raised the Xianhuang pagoda, held the Qinqin ruler, and pulled out the small killing spear in the Qinqin space. He stepped on it with one step. Out. Boom. The terrifying aura vibrated, the Taoist robe was torn apart, and the triple flame was already igniting on his forehead. Burning the power of the soul. Burning mana. Burning the essence and blood of the mysterious body. Boom. At this moment, Li Changshao exuded a terrifying aura, and the extremely terrifying sense of oppression spread from his body, and cracks appeared in the space under his feet. Li Changshao raised his head, and at this moment, a ferocious smile appeared on his face. Heaven, protect your world. Boom. At this moment, Li Changshao jumped up, the space shook, and the entire prehistoric world was trembling. The violent god-killing spear shot towards Zunti in an instant. Zunti and Jiyin looked at each other, their faces a little ugly. Zunti he hurried to fight Li Changshao, but when he received the Taoist, he shouted, brother taking, we don't want to be your enemy. What happened today is that we did not do it openly. Shut up. However, a low shout sounded, and immediately, I saw that taking Lao Zi's body shook slightly, and 3 figures walked out from behind him, all looking like old men. 3 Qings transformed into 1. The 3 of them took action almost at the same time, and in the blink of an eye, the figure of the guide Taoist was frozen in place. It was only at this moment that taking Lao Zi looked down, looking at the fight between Zunti and Li Changshao. It must be said that a saint is a saint. Immortal, immortal, it is neither broken nor established. It exists from ancient times and is eternal. The momentum is terrifying and the power is astonishing. It is not something that Li Changshao can provoke. However, Li Changshao narrowed his eyes, and the next second, a blurry figure appeared behind him. Buddha statue. Zunti's own Taoist charm, aura, strength, and momentum instantly weakened. On the other hand, Li Changshao's aura suddenly increased sharply. This is the Tao cultivated by Li Changshao, the avenue of balance. Forcibly pulling down Zunti's strength to his level. Whoosh! At this moment, Li Changshao swayed, holding the divine spear, and killed Zunti in an instant. Saints also have strengths and weaknesses. No other saint could kill him at his level. But saints have strengths and weaknesses. And the Zunti in front of us is the weakest one. So. Boom, at this moment, two figures collided, just like the world, crashing into each other, and a terrifying light illuminated the world. But then, a horrified scene of countless people appeared. The one who was knocked away. It was Zunmeng who mentioned the saint. At this moment, Li Changshao stood on the spot, his body full of energy and blood, his eyes bloodshot. De Yun exploded and gathered again. Zunti was blown away, blood spurted out of his mouth, and his eyes were filled with incredible color. Li Changshao could sneak attack before it was already unbelievable to hurt him, but now, he was blown away. He was still suppressed. How is it possible? How the hell is this possible? He was horrified. He was unbelievable. However, Li Changshao just sneered. Saint. Haha, times have changed. Do you still think that the saint is invincible? He swayed and rushed forward again. Zunti's eyes flashed with anger, gritted his teeth, and blasted towards Li Changshao again. The god-killing spear fired out a black light, and immediately turned into the wind and disappeared. He turned into the wind and the universe. The escape method can not only be used to escape, but also to charge during the battle. At this moment, Li Changshao appeared behind Zunti and slammed the spear in his hand. Next. Poof. Zunti's eyes widened. He felt blood oozing from his forehead. Immediately, his body was hit to the ground by a terrifying force. However, Li Changshao didn't give Zunti any chance. He rushed towards Zunti again with the god-killing spear. At this moment, Li Changshao really looked like the reincarnation of the terrifying demon ancestor, holding the god-killing spear, killing Zunti without the ability to fight back, leaving only countless after-images between heaven and earth. Saint. Ha! Zunti is worthy too. However, if you want to kill a saint, you can't just shout a few words. Li Changshao knows this very well. The saint is connected to the origin of the Emperor of Heaven, which is why the saint is immortal. Even if you kill the saint's body, the saint will not die. Will also reappear. Therefore, if you want to kill the saint, you need to cut off the connection between the saint and the origin of heaven and earth. If you want to cut off the connection, you must have a connection with the way of heaven. But Li Changshao definitely cannot contact the way of heaven. He will still have it in the future. Things have to be done and cannot be bound by the law of heaven. Now, only Zhao Gongming. Zhao Gongming can enter the order of heaven. As long as he does not die, anything will do. Kill the saint today, so what if he enters the order of heaven? At this time, Li Changshao sent a message to Zhao Gongming, began to teach Zhao Gongming how to act. Zhao Gongming only needs to evolve the 24 Dingai divine pearls into the 24 heavens, plus the Qinqin ruler, and he will naturally be recognized by the heaven. When the time comes, at this moment, Li Changshao secretly gave some instructions. Zhao Gongming's eyes became brighter and brighter. I don't know what he said. He suddenly raised his head, looked at the after-images in the sky, and shouted, Jijiao disciple Zhao Gongming. Today I want to complete the way of heaven and the heaven. From now on, he and his wife Jinling will enter the conferred God platform. I hope Master will approve. Boom. At this moment, Zhao Gongming flew out, with 24 Dingai divine pearls surrounding him. The Qinqin ruler also exploded, turning into 24 streams of light that entered the Dingai pearl. He pinched the spell with his hand, and the 24 Dingai pearls the sea god bead trembles. The 24 heavens change endlessly. Use your body to match the Tao. The 24 heavens. Open. Zhao Gongming shouted. The next second, Zhao Gongming's body was shattered directly. Along with the waves, the 24 Dingai divine pearls slowly retreated. At the same time, 24 scrolls unfolded, and 24 the scene of the 9 heavens is looming. At this moment, between heaven and earth, there seem to be 20 more worlds similar to the 9 heavens, layered on top of each other, in order. At this moment, the power of heaven has increased by several levels. Zixiao in the palace, the old Taoist also smiled. The same thing. At this moment, Na Zunti suddenly felt a strong sense of crisis. He burned his own mana and resisted Li Changshao's attack at all costs. However, Li Changshao didn't stop at all and blasted Zunti with force. At this time, Zhao Gongming's figure reappeared in the sky. He looked down and sneered. His breath continued to rise. He took a deep breath, raised his hand gently, and then fell down heavily. Buzz. At this moment, the 24 heavens, filled with violent intentions, fell down in an instant, crushing towards Zunti. Zunti's face changed drastically, and the phantom of the Bodhi tree appeared, letting his true form carry him first. And his true body was actually in the Bodhi tree under the tree. He planned to escape. However, in the next second, clang, the god-killing spear came from the side to assassinate him. Zunti's face changed drastically, and he was about to dodge, but he didn't want to. Balanced, Li Changshao snorted coldly. The next second, Zunti's movement was stopped, and his strength was instantly reduced. His eyes were splitting, and he was about to ask for mercy. However, poof, the god-killing spear instantly pierced his chest and was nailed to the Bodhi tree. Buzz. However, little bits of light flickered on Zunti's body, and the connections with the way of heaven gradually appeared. If a saint has no virtue, all living beings will attack him. If the way of heaven is out of balance, it will find its own balance. 24 heavens, town. Boom. At this moment, as the 24 heavens fell down instantly, every trace of the connection with heaven was completely severed at this moment. Zunti was shocked and angry, and his face changed drastically. His body, at this moment, was like a mortal ant. The god-killing spear that penetrated his body was frantically destroying everything about him, his soul, and his holy body. Zunti. Fall from the sky. Saint. Death of a prince. Wow. At this moment, blood suddenly rained down in the sky. However, Li Changshao's eyes turned cold and he snorted, "This holy death is not worthy of heaven's sorrow." Boom. At this moment, Li Changshao shot out a palm, and the dark clouds disappeared in an instant. The first person in the world. Kill the saint. Beg. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Taking stock of the top 10 golden fingers, the protagonist of Wanjie went crazy. Author, Chirp. Chapter 136. Quiet. At this moment, the whole world, and even all the worlds, were completely silent. Everyone looked at the Dao gold list in a daze, a little dazed, a little stunned. Kill the saint. Parry sighed. What the hell, the saint is dead. The saint was killed by Li Changshao. At this moment, countless people in all the worlds suspected that they had seen it wrong. They looked at the Dao golden list again, but what they saw was still the scene of Zunti being fixed on the Bodhi tree. Real. It's all true. Saint, dead. The immortal saint died like this. This Li Changshao is against the heavens, this Li Changshao is against the heavens. Kill the saint. What the hell, did Li Changshao kill a saint? Is it true or false? Did I get it wrong? Regicide. Me, me, me. Was the saint really killed by Li Changshao? Real or fake? Damn it, everyone looks stupid to me. Are all the saints dead? Really? Zunti, although he is only the weakest saint, but, damn, he is a saint. Has the legend of the immortal saint been shattered? Was it so broken? Really? I'm so stupid. The saint was actually, unbelievable, simply unbelievable. It's so terrible. Li Changshao, an old Yinbai, even killed a saint? Horrible, absolutely terrible. At this moment, countless people in the world are excited. Looking at the scene in the Great Dao Golden List, everyone feels incredible. The saint is dead. That is the saint, high above, like the way of heaven, omnipotent, and eternal. The saint. As a result, he was killed by Li Qisan San Changshao. Even after the saint was killed by the ghost, the sky was not even allowed to cry, and even the rain of blood was not allowed to rain. It was too terrible. This Li Changshao is really terrifying. It's simply terrifying. At this moment, countless people in the world are going numb. At this time, in a prehistoric world composed of a certain vast world. Boom. At this moment, the West teaches Mount Sumeru. A terrifying, scalp-numbing aura suddenly spreads, and in an instant, it overwhelms the entire prehistoric world. Countless creatures tremble, looking towards them in horror to the west. It's scary. It's so scary. Just feeling it for a moment, the cold killing intent makes people feel chilled all over the body, as if they will be annihilated by this endless killing intent in the next second. This is the murderous intention of the saint. A terrifying pressure of the saint covers the entire prehistoric world, covering countless creatures in the entire prehistoric world. They only feel that their bodies are trembling, and their whole bodies are shaking. Is this the pressure of the saint? Although that they are just the weakest saints, but that kind of pressure is not something that little people like them can contend with. The disciples in the saint's dojo are all fine, at least they still have the blessing of the saint. However, those living monks outside, one by one everyone feels that their doom is coming, as if the world will collapse at any time. This is the pressure of the saint. When the saint is angry, the sky and the earth turn pale. This is the pressure of the saint. It is so terrifying. The key is that this pressure is still, it's not aimed at them. This pressure is aimed at the Duxian sect and Li Changshao on Xiaoxian Peak. Yes, where is Li Changshao? As a saint of heaven, how can Zunti not know? I just used Tai Chi, the rhyme of two Dao shrouded Li Changshao, just to prevent deduction, not to prevent existence. Now, the Dao Golden List was exposed. After seeing that he died at the hands of Li Changshao, Zunti was completely furious. Saints cannot be insulted. Now, Li Changshao not only humiliated him, but actually killed him. Ordinary people can't bear it, let alone a saint. However, buzz. At the moment when the pressure fell, the yin and yang qi circulated on Xiaoqian Peak, and a shadow of the Tai Chi diagram appeared on Xiaoqian Peak, protecting the entire Xiaoqian Peak and even the entire province. Immortal sect. On Mount Sumi, Zunti's face is so ugly. What do you mean, don't make mistakes? What the hell, you were killed, and in the end, people warned you, don't make mistakes. Which one is intolerable? But in the end, Zunti took a deep breath, with an ugly face, cupped his hands towards Taking Tian, and said in a deep voice, Senior brother Taking, I have no intention of being an enemy of senior brother, but, this cause and effect. The cause and effect is settled. Although that is just a picture of what will happen in the future, the cause and effect has been established. After all, this is facing the world. It is equivalent to letting everyone in the world know that Zunti was killed by Li Changshao. Who can bear this? The key is, if he dies now, it will be over, and the cause and effect will be gone. But unfortunately, he is not dead now, he just sees the future. Not everyone can afford this kind of big cause and effect. Although it was not Li Changshao who exposed all this, it was the Daojinbang, or even the existence after the Daojinbang. However, the horror of the Daojinbang has already been revealed. Unless he is an iron-headed boy, otherwise, he would never dare to put this account on the Dao Gold list. Persimmons need to be picked to be soft. In comparison, Li Changshao is a soft persimmon. But, a soft persimmon also has a big backer. Taking Laozi, besides Hung Jun, is the most terrifying and powerful existence. Now that taking Laozi has come forward, no matter how unwilling he is, in the end, he can only grit his teeth, darken his face, and speak kindly. So, a soft hum, and then, nothing more. Zunti waited for a long time, but when he saw nothing, his face turned green. Just one hum? You damn. Do you think you can do whatever you want if you are strong? What? Do you really think you can fight? But you can be arrogant? Damn it. At this moment, Zunti's face is uglier than eating a dead fly. Is it just you? I am protecting Li Changshao to the end. Brother taking, Zunti gritted his teeth. But then, the slow voice resounded in his ears, and even resounded throughout the world. What happened here is that the cause and effect has been revealed. If you stay in peace, you can prosper in the West. Just such a light word. This matter was taken over like this. Zunti took a deep breath, and then another deep breath, and then another deep breath. Damn it. He still couldn't help but want to curse. Damn it. Yes, what does it mean for me to be prosperous in the West? What does it mean for me to be peaceful? Damn it. Being strong means you can do whatever you want, right? At this moment, Zunti wanted to mention the 7 treasures tree and beat up taking. But in the end, he could only can helplessly sigh. There is no way. Who made taking powerful? Who made taking the first of the 3 pure ones and the first of the 6 saints? Everyone says so, what else can you do? Damn it, you can only hold your nose and admit it. In the end, he could only bow his head to Tai Ching Tian, and said with an ugly face, Shan. As soon as these words came out, this matter was taken over. At the same time, Li Changshao was on Xiaoxian Peak. At this time, Li Changshao's face was so wonderful, turning blue and white. He was frightened, and he was one step away. Just one step away. He felt that he was just one step away from the abyss. It seemed like he would die in the next second. In the end, after seeing the yin-yang tai chi diagram, he breathed a long sigh of relief. It's okay, okay. Fortunately, there are people above us. I am taking's backer. Tisk. Li Changshao almost laughed out loud just thinking about it. Hey, senior brother, why are you sweating? At this time, Ling Yi spoke and looked at Li Changshao carelessly. Why are you sweating? Li Changshao twitched the corners of his mouth. Damn it, it's not you who killed the saint. Of course you don't sweat. He was so scared to death at that time. Yes, just looking at the picture, he faced Saint Zunti, his heart almost jumped out of his chest. Fortunately, he was not scared to death. He was so alone. Dared to provoke the saint, and actually killed the saint. Damn it. He wished he could die right now, and then be reincarnated. The name of Saint Slaughter will be known to all heavens and worlds. But just his current strength, hell, he can guarantee that if he dares to walk even half a step in the wilderness, he will definitely die. It is not a good thing to be noticed by the saint. He does not expect that Zunti will really give up his own murderous intention. He knew very well who Zunti was. He really couldn't trust Zunti's character. However, the next second, he only felt a clear spirit coming in. In his mind, At the same time, the Taoist rhyme of a Tai Chi diagram appeared in his sea of consciousness, and then, there was no more. However, the moment he saw the shadow of the Tai Chi diagram, Li Changshao's eyes brightened. He understood, taking Laozi has completely become his supporter. He has completely fallen into the eyes of taking Laozi. As long as there is still the Taoist rhyme of the Tai Chi diagram in his mind, he is not afraid of mentioning it. After all, when there is the Taoist rhyme of the Tai Chi diagram, which is equivalent to being under the observation of saints all the time. Although there are some troubles, many of my little secrets cannot be exposed, but thinking about the Daojin list, it is almost exposed soon. This problem is not a big problem. Just when he was thinking this way. The sixth place is a golden finger with extraordinary talent. Representative figure 4, Li Changshao, a man with a stable body. As a representative figure of stability, Go Sheng's life was both brilliant and steady. He is the second disciple of the saint of the human religion, the little mage of the human religion, the wise star of the Taoist sect, the savior of the dragon clan and the witch clan, the bell ringer of the demon clan, the guardian of the great virtue and thick soil, the quasi-Taoist companion of the Yungziao ferry, and the guest of the Notre Dame Palace. The leader of the stable sect, the saint killer, the coffin bearer of the Western sect, the former Taoist 98%, the inheritor of the Xinhuo Dao, one of those who escaped. He is Taibei Jinxing Li Changgen, and he is also the guardian of heaven. He is cautious in nature and will never take action until he is completely sure. The so-called 90% success rate is no different from seeking death. A word of stability runs through his whole life. When you think you have seen through him, you will only find out in the end that it was just what he let you see through. His real trump card, what he really hides, not to mention outsiders, sometimes when he gets ruthless, he even seals his own memory and even deceives himself. It is precisely because of this character that he shines on the prehistoric stage. The name of the leader of Go Dao, the great Go sage, has spread throughout the world. Hereby, give out rewards. Buzz. At this moment, along with the sky, the divine pattern gradually turned into golden light. Finally, the golden light fell and appeared in front of Li Changshao on Xiaoxian Peak. Li Changshao looked at the golden light in front of him. To be honest, he was really curious. Before he could react, the next second, the golden light penetrated directly into his body. Forward. Li Changshao's expression changed. The next second, his aura began to surge. He tried his best to suppress it, but in the end he was horrified to find that his cultivation was useless no matter how much he suppressed it. It's like it happened naturally, and it broke through that realm naturally. Every realm is extremely solid. Even the Tao body and soul are extremely stable at this moment, a stable group. At the same time, he also felt that another force was transforming his body. He believed that he had no stable body at all. But after the golden light fell, he had it. Stable body. That's no joke. Recalling the information flashing in his mind, Li Changshao's expression suddenly became a little strange. Such a damn stable body. This is simply the holy body of Gaudeo. As long as you keep calm, you can cultivate a stable body. After the body of stability is achieved, everything will be stable, things will be stable, and cultivation will be stable. In other words, after achieving the perfection of the stable body, he will probably be 98% sure to accomplish many things he encounters as long as he wants to. Damn it, is this special 3.3 loaded with some incredible bug? Li Changshao's expression changed again and again. However, at this moment, boom, dark clouds are rolling in the sky, and the huge dark clouds even cover the entire Xiaoxian peak. Li Changshao is about to survive the tribulation. Yes. He is going to become an immortal. That golden light has forced his cultivation to this point. However, before the lightning falls, buzz, his body exuded waves of luster. The next second, the endless thunder light in the sky was compressed in an instant, and fell directly on Li Changshao. In the blink of an eye, the thunder light exploded, and Li Changshao's body was bathed in the sea of thunder. He passed through the immortal calamity so easily. The whole body is emitting colorful light, which is extremely dazzling. He has become an immortal. He has become an immortal just like that. Li Changshao is still in a daze, but it is not over yet. His cultivation has skyrocketed, and finally he stopped at the peak of the heavenly immortal. He was one step away from becoming a golden immortal. Li Changshao was speechless. However, he still bowed deeply towards the great Dao golden list. At this time, countless people in the world saw this scene. Everyone was envious. I have a backer and a reward, I'm envious. Is this Gosheng? From now on, I don't know how many Gujiao will appear in all the worlds. Oh, no, it's Wanjie. From now on, I will be the preacher of stable religion. At this time, countless people were sighing, and countless people were excited. However, at this moment, it was seen that a new divine pattern appeared in the picture. The inventory of the fourth representative figure of the sixth talented gold finger category is over. Sixth, one of the 5 representatives of the golden finger category with extraordinary talents. Let's start taking stock. All heavens and all realms. Taking stock of the top 10 golden fingers, the protagonist of Wanjie went crazy. Author, Chirp. Chapter 137. 5. Damn it, what the hell is this? 5 of them are out. In all the worlds, how many people are gifted? It's normal to have a 5th. Although it's normal, but, damn, it just feels a little weird. I have said that he is a representative figure. Well, I admit that Shihao, the natural supreme being, can represent it. In the case of Yefan, the ancient holy body can barely represent it. Bai Chiron's jealous body is also surprising and can represent it. And Li, as for longevity, to be honest, I don't see any physical constitution, it's just a matter of personality. But in the end, if Saint Killer is on the list, I will accept it. I really can't figure out what kind of person can be on the list as the representative of this golden finger. Indeed, in my opinion, these 4 people should represent everything in the world, right? What else exists? I can't figure it out, I can't figure it out at all. If this 5th one is not worthy of the name. Haha, no matter whether I deserve this name or not, I am excited anyway. Are you excited? Haha, don't fellow Taoists know that the more people listed on this list, the greater our chances of being on the list? Well, that's the truth, but are you so sure that you are a child of luck? Do you really think of yourself as a child of luck? It's just that, you don't have any clue in your heart. Do you really think you are a child of luck? Haha, my parents died when I was young. I was originally a genius, but someone took away my foundation and became a useless person. I was bullied by the sect, and my engagement was divorced. All these things, am I not a child of luck? Phew, ha ha ha, I'm laughing so hard. The buff stack is full. Gee, is there a possibility that you are actually just miserable? Has nothing to do with the son of luck. Impossible, absolutely impossible. It's so funny, some people really think that those who live a miserable life are the children of luck. Don't you see, how many unsatisfactory things are there in all the worlds and how many people are living miserable lives? If those who live miserably are all children of luck, wouldn't the world be in chaos? It's just that, if you don't have that destiny, you still want to be a child of luck, and you may die in the end without knowing how. At this moment, countless people in the world are discussing and ridiculing. At this time, the fighting world. Well, 26, 5. There are really many children of this type of luck who are gifted and talented, Xiao Yan looked at the 5 in the Dao Golden List and was very emotional. Sure enough, there are so many talents in all the worlds. 5 out of every 5 people with this kind of talent are terrifying. Yao Zun was also filled with emotion. At the same time, he was also a little envious. To be honest, he was also gifted, but it was a pity that he was not the son of luck, but just the golden finger of the son of luck. In today's general situation, he is no longer the genius of the world. It's a battle. It's a battle between the geniuses of all the worlds. I don't know what will happen at the end of this list. At the same time, in the mortal world, the 5th is now available. Han Li frowned, thinking about the geniuses on the list now, first Xiao Yan from the Doqi world, then Tang San from the Duluo plane, then him, plus Wang Lin from the immortal Ni world, and Li Qi, Chen Baixuan, Gu Yu Fang Yuan of the Gu insect world. Now add Shi Hao, plus Ye Fan, plus Bai Kairan, plus Li Changshao. There are already 11 people. Counting the final list rankings that have not yet been announced, there may be at least 20 people in the end. What does this Avenue Gold list want to do in the end? Is it just pure exposure? At this moment, Han Li felt a little uneasy. He felt that something big must happen after the Daojin list was completely exposed. It seems, we can't sit here and wait any longer. Still need to improve strength. Han Li's expression condensed, thinking back to the exposure he had received from the Great Dao Gold list, and thinking about the opportunities in the future. It seemed that it was imperative to improve himself. Now this nascent soul peak is really not enough. Don't you see, has Li Changshao become an immortal? Don't you see, then Shi Hao can kill Emperor Zun? That Ye Fan is even more capable of resisting the power of the Emperor. Facing these talented people, he just felt a lot of pressure and his scalp was numb. His peak nascent soul is really not enough. You have to improve yourself. You have to break through to become a god, you have to ascend to the spiritual world, you have to use the general trend to make yourself stronger. In order to cope with the final changes. At this time, in the immortal Ni world, Wang Lin looked at the Dao Golden list and recalled the existence of the so-called geniuses during this period, and his heart condensed. He also has a sense of urgency. Like Han Li, he was only in the nascent soul stage. Even at their nascent soul stage, they couldn't beat Bai Kairan, let alone others. He always felt that there would be some sudden change in the future. Before all the lists were completely announced, he decided to improve himself. Now that he has enough foundation, his talent can be considered as part of the commission. In addition, during this period, some big families and big forces have been coming to please him. Coupled with Sidunan's guidance, he believed that he could improve his cultivation to a terrifying level in a short period of time. Not to mention entering the second part of cultivation, entering the third realm of nirvana. If it becomes deficiency of yin and excess of yang, it shouldn't be a big problem. At this moment, Sidunan also felt something. He also began to teach Wang Lin crazily. Whether it's martial arts, magical powers, or something else, in short, he will give everything he has to Wang Lin. At the same time, in the Gu world, suddenly I feel like something is wrong in all the worlds. Gu Yu Fang Yuan murmured. He is now at the peak of rank 6, his spiritual sense is sharp, and he always feels like a storm is coming. Is it really that simple to take stock of the Grand Avenue Gold list and give rewards? What will happen after this list is completed? Even though he had this heaven-defying bug like spring-autumn cicada, he still felt something bad, improving himself. Gu Yu Fang Yuan's expression condensed. At this moment, he no longer cared about what the outside world thought. He went out directly and began to look for ways to improve himself. At this moment, in all the heavens and worlds, anyone with ideas and active thinking feels that a storm is coming at this moment. Those sensitive guys began to seize the time to improve themselves. They always feel like something big is happening. This is their experience as children of fate and even traveling in the world for so many years. Of course, more people don't have so many ideas. At this moment, countless people looked at the Deo Golden List, looking at these 5, and all of them looked excited. Some people are anxious, thinking that they will be next. Some people are ordinary and aloof, thinking that it has nothing to do with them and is just to pass the time and take a look. At this time, it was seen that the divine pattern appeared again on the Deo Golden List. The 6th and 5th representative figure of the Golden Finger category with extraordinary talents, Immortal King World King Ling. At the same time, there were also words coming from the Golden List of the Avenue. I would rather use all my spiritual power to exchange for her life. Damn it, what's wrong? I want to restart this world again. The short words, some cold, some sad, some arrogant words spread throughout the world. At this moment, countless people were stunned. They didn't care about the first 2 sentences. Just show off. Who doesn't know it yet? Even the pretentious words of Shi Hao, Yefan, and even Guyu Fang Yuan were much more terrifying than Wang Ling. However, the last sentence shocked countless people. Hiss, what do you mean? What's going on with Wang Ling? Do I want to restart this world again? What does this mean? This means that he has restarted the world once before. What the hell, do you need to say that? What kind of monster is this Wang Ling? Restart the world? What a shame he could say it. This is the strength and ability that only the God of creation has. This guy is so arrogant that he wants to restart the world. Are you kidding me? Damn it, I have a hunch that another monster is here. Tisk, there was a saint killer before, and now, there is another ruthless person who wants to restart the world. Tisk tisk, this royal order. Damn it, there are ruthless people in the Wang family. There was Wang Lin before, who wanted to ask heaven, why is heaven? Now another Wang Ling has come, no longer against heaven, but directly restarting the world. Wang Lin? Wang Ling? Tisk, these 2 guys are not brothers scattered in all the worlds, right? Laughing to death, where are the brothers scattered all over the world? To be honest, I'm not surprised that there are 2 sons of destiny with exactly the same names in all the worlds. At this moment, countless people were discussing. Because of those 3 short sentences, countless people were shocked. At the same time, they also began to wonder, what the hell is Wang Ling's situation? Just when countless people were discussing, it was seen that, in the picture, the divine pattern flickered slightly, and then, the practice system of this world was finally introduced. In this world, if you want to practice, you must have spiritual roots. The realm of practice can be roughly divided into, foundation building, golden elixir, nascent soul, transformation of God, refining the void, true person, combination, Sangxian, transcending tribulation, true immortal, Genzun, immortal Zun, immortal sage, Taoist immortal, Dao Zun, Taoist God, Taoist ancestor, human ancestor, earth ancestor, heavenly ancestor, ancestor king, and ancestor immortal. There are 22 realms in total. This realm is not as few as the realms in the Emperor's world. 22 realms. Countless people are stunned. The key is that the Emperor's world is also divided into different realms, in different realms, have different upper levels. Basically, many worlds are like this. Different worlds have different upper levels. However, looking at the world of the Immortal King in front of us, it seems that it is a little different. These 12 realms, all in the same world? Countless people have doubts. It can be seen that in the picture, new divine patterns appear. In this world, there are also different races and different realms. The division of different races. Among them, they are divided into, Earth, Demon Realm, Divine Realm, Shinto Planet, Old Dominators, Dragon Clan, Eternal Ones, and Ancient Saint Clan. Countless people saw the earth and their eyes flashed. Earth? Isn't this a place where many time travelers live? If I read it correctly, it should be. Tisk, isn't this the hometown of those time travelers? Those time travelers, after traveling to different worlds, each one became the son of fate and the protagonist. Tisk, this earth. By the way, how many earths are there in all the heavens and worlds? Xiao Yan seems to have come from the earth, Chen Baichuan is also from the earth, Guyu Fangyuan is also from the earth. Tisk, this earth is so unpredictable. 22 realms, different realms, Tisk, I'm a little confused. Are there different races? By the way, what is this old one? Can anyone explain it? Never heard of it? I don't know, I've never heard of it. Haha, the old ones don't even know? That's just a bunch of rubbish gods. The old ones. The god of trash? Haha, brother, you really dare to say that? Have you forgotten the fear of being dominated by the past? Laughing to death, great old one? What is that? At this moment, when countless people were discussing and ridiculing, I saw that the divine marks flashed, and new divine marks began to appear. That was an introduction to the 360 different realms and different races in this world. The so-called Earth is exactly what countless people think, but this Earth is a little different. It is one of the general trends of cultivation built by human cultivators, and it is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. Before the Earth was upgraded, the highest state was only true immortals, but now restrictions have been lifted, and human cultivators can attack higher realms. Monster World, the Monster World, headed by the Demon Saint, the 4 demon gods rule the 4 inner realms, and hundreds of demon kings have separate jurisdictions. They once had bad relations with the Earth's cultivators. The contradiction. Divine Domain, the ancient cultivators of mankind who are closest to the Eternal Ones. However, due to the decline of the Eternal Ones and the arrogance and complacency of all races in the Divine Domain, it has led to the overall decline. Currently, after the Earth has been fully upgraded, a bridge has been initially built between the Divine Domain and the Earth Shinto planet, a world ruled by the gods. The planet is filled with lizard man legions that symbolize the servants of the gods. Behind the lizard men are various archangels. The more wings the Protoss angels have, the more powerful they will be. Strong. The Old Ones, one of the origin races of the universe, led by alien gods who control different powerful abilities. They were once the overlords of the universe and were ferocious in strength. According to legend, they were the origin of the demon world. They died for unknown reasons, but they also left behind a remnant of a mysterious thing called destiny. The Dragon Clan, one of the origin races of the universe. Since its emergence, the Dragon Clan once fought against the old rulers to carve up the universe with its powerful strength. Later, it was banned from the universe due to being too powerful and led to the Dragon Clan. Destroyed overnight. The Eternal Ones, the earliest batch of human cultivators in the universe. They were born after the extinction of the old rulers and the Dragon Clan. They have extraordinary abilities that surpass modern cultivators. The Eternal Ones, the lowest realm, are also ancient saints in the 9th level of Taoism. Tribe, one of the ancient forces in the universe, led by the Holy King. It is a hybrid product of ancient cultivators, gods, dragons, and rulers of the past. This is such a simple description so far. Countless people looked at the scene with some confusion. Novel. Unexpectedly, there are so many weird things in this world. The Old Ones. The Eternal Ones. And the Ancient Saints? It's interesting. Countless people are thinking so. However, at this moment, it can be seen that a new picture has appeared in the Dao Golden List. And in the picture, in front of the school, there are countless students waiting for admission, preparing to enter the examination. However, at this moment, the picture freezes on a young man. That young man has a somewhat handsome face, short hair, and slightly red eyes. Just standing there, he has an air of magnanimity. Come to think of it, this is the son of destiny in this world, the so-called Wanling. Just when everyone was thinking this, they saw lines of divine runes appearing next to Wanlin. Wanling, a first-year high school student. Introduction: Golden Elixir at the age of 3, Nascent Soul at the age of 5, and Transformation into the Spirit at the age of 7. Cultivation level: above the ancestors and immortals. All heavens and all realms, worry. Taking stock of the top 10 golden fingers, the protagonist of Wanjie went crazy. Author, Chirp. Chapter 138. At this moment, countless people in the world were dumbfounded. Everyone looked at the description of the young man in the picture with strange expressions on their faces. What the hell, is this still a human being? 3-year-old golden elixir? 5-year-old nascent soul? Transformed into a god at 7 years old? What kind of monster is this? Damn it, I cried to death. People have become a big boss in the golden core stage at the age of 3, but I, am 30, and I'm still in the chi refining stage. Damn it, what kind of monster is this? Is this a damn human being? To improve a level in 2 years? If you become a god at the age of 7, wouldn't it mean that you are practicing emptiness at the age of 9? Is 11 a real person? At the age of 13, he became a master of integration? Is he a Sangxian at the age of 15? Is 17 years old the time to transcend tribulation? No, obviously it can't be calculated that way. This freshman in high school is only 15 or 16 years old, but as of now, it seems that Wang Ling, who is 15 or 16 years old, has become above the ancestors. Good guy, what kind of monster is this? A 15-year-old ancestor? I cried so much, thinking about what Shi Hao was still doing when he was 15 years old. This Wang Ling has become above the ancestral immortal? Absolutely unbelievable. It's terrible, it's simply terrible. What kind of talent does this guy have? What's your physique? Is this no longer the standard for humans? Damn, I'm numb. At this moment, countless people looked at the young man in the picture with shock on their faces. 15 or 16 years old. What the hell, ancestor? Are you sure this is not a joke? Countless people were dumbfounded. All heavens and worlds, countless sons of fate. Whether it is Xiao Yan, Han Li, Wang Lin, Li Qi, etc. After seeing the young man in the picture, their pupils shrank. Immediately, their expressions changed. Changed again. What kind of evil monster is this? 15 or 16 years old, above the ancestors and immortals? Although the world is different, the cultivation system is different, and the combat power is also different. But Wang Ling is in the realm above the ancestors and immortals, has been regarded as the ceiling of the entire cultivation world. They all climbed up step by step, and this Wang Ling. Damn. At this moment, countless people gritted their teeth. They couldn't figure it out. What on earth is this monster? Where did it come from? They have the current level of cultivation and the current achievements. Putting aside the rewards of the Dao Gold list, they have been ups and downs for countless years and have worked hard for many years to achieve this state. As a result, this King Ling. What the hell, a 3-year-old golden elixir, a 5-year-old nascent soul, and a 7-year-old god? Is this so damn human? Could it be that this Wang Ling also has some kind of talent similar to the body of heavenly jealousy? Countless people were surprised and confused. He looked uncertainly at what was happening in the picture. Immediately, he saw the picture flash. In the picture, Wang Ling was not long after he was born. At that time, he was still sitting in the stroller, with a bottle hanging from his mouth. In front of him, there was a young couple. The woman said, "Yes, today is our family's Ling Ling's birthday, my dear, have you prepared any gifts? Of course it is. The man smiled mysteriously, raised a long sword in his hand, and said with a proud smile, Chanel's flying sword. I spent half a year's savings to prepare this specially for our family. Our Wang family has never had this before. One person has reached the golden elixir stage, my dear, this flying sword is exactly what I hope for Ling Ling. Chanel flying sword, a type of flying sword in Suyu's golden elixir stage. Priceless. In this world, technology and immortality are perfectly combined. The realm system directly replaced the diploma. In short, there are many mysterious changes. At this time, it was seen that Wang Ling, who was still hanging a bottle in the stroller, just glanced at the so-called Chanel Fijian, and then showed a disgusted expression. Too ugly. The most important thing is that this flying sword was placed by the man on his pillow. Then, he stretched out his hand and directly broke the priceless Chanel flying sword. That year, Wang Ling had just turned 1 year old. At this moment, in all the worlds, countless people's mouths twitched crazily. Damn it, this is really a freak, right? Just 1 year after he was born, he directly crushed the flying sword of the golden elixir stage. What the hell? Although I don't know what this Chanel is, it is at least a golden elixir stage flying sword. As a result, it was directly crushed by this guy. What the hell? 1 year old. He's only 1 year old. What kind of monster is this? Could it be the reincarnation of the immortal king? Haha, it's useless to reincarnate with any great power. Even if you are the reincarnation of Dao ancestor, what power do you have when you are just 1 year old? Without practice, Taoist ancestors are just ants. So, what kind of freak is this Wang Ling? Damn it, we are both members of the Wang family, why do I feel like I am incompatible with this Wang Ling? My name is Wang Ling too, damn, I'm autistic. The same name has a different destiny, tisk tisk, he crushed the flying sword of the golden elixir stage at 1 year old, how can he still do it when he grows up? Haha, when he grows up, he is above the ancestors and immortals. Good guy, I finally understand why Wang Ling said that, restart the world. This guy is really qualified to restart the world. At this moment, countless people looked at the guy with the bottle hanging in the picture, sighed, and the corners of his mouth twitched wildly. They never thought that this Wang Ling was so cruel. But then, they saw something more, a brutal scene. When he was 3 years old, Wang Ling could already control the flying sword skillfully and fly around the room. It was only at this moment that the couple discovered that the flying sword they bought back then was not a fake, and their son was born. It's a lie. However, maybe the two of them were so crazy that they didn't pursue it and continued to live happily. At this time, you can see that the scene changed again. At this time, Wang Ling was already relatively mature. He was older. He looked about 10 years old. And it was also in this year that there was a major monster craze, and monsters invaded the city. The monsters passed through the space barrier, and they were so menacing that they evaporated overnight. The national economy is worth tens of billions. In the picture, the sun is shining brightly, Your Majesty. His home is 30,000 kilometers away from the city center, and it took Wang Ling 5 minutes to get to the city. The only goal he lost was, in order to buy a pack of limited edition crisp noodles. However, at this moment, there was a buzzing sound in the sky, and a door to space opened. There were countless monks flying in the sky with swords. Wang Ling didn't care at all. Walking, unpacking your own crispy noodles. Boom boom boom, Wang Ling didn't care whether the outside world was fighting him to death or not. In his heart, nothing was more important than this limited edition crispy noodles. However, at this moment, boom boom boom, a big blue toad fell from the sky. A monk shouted, "Kids, go away." Wang Ling ignored him completely. As soon as the monk gritted his teeth, the flying sword under his feet quickly accelerated, and Wanling was rescued in the blink of an eye. Boom, and where he was originally, the ground was shaken by the green toad, and the surrounding area was in ruins. "Children, are you not injured?" the monk said. Seeing that Wanling was fine again, he waved and the flying sword fell into his hand. He turned around and looked at the huge green toad with a fierce expression. This toad has a very strong aura. He is truly a demon king. Today, if he wants to get rid of this demon king, he will inevitably have to pay a huge price, even the price of his life. However, in order to protect the city, he has no regrets. Go home and find your parents quickly. Brother is going to fight monsters, the young monk said. He jumped up, turned into a stream of light, and shot towards the green toad in an instant. But obviously, he was no match for the green toad. That green toad is really strong, Demon King, this is no joke. He retreated continuously, gritted his teeth, and carried it on. However, at this time, Wanling did not leave, but just looked at the fallen, looking at the crispy noodles on the ground that had been trampled to pieces. He pursed his lips. This was a limited edition crispy noodle that he had traveled 30,000 miles to buy. 30,000 miles. He had traveled a full 5 years. Minutes. He walked step by step. A terrifying beam of light had gathered in the mouth of the green toad, trying to kill the young monk. However, in the light, it saw the little kid Wanling walking towards him. "Yo. Before the meal starts, a side dish is delivered to your door," it sneered. Then. Boom. At this moment, a punch with terrifying spiritual power penetrated its chest in an instant. The blood spilled all over the floor. The soul of the green toad escaped, looking at this little fart with a confused face and a hummed-up look on his face. Kid. A 10-year-old brat, how could he be beaten to death? I am the Demon King. At this moment, the toad was shocked. Also shocked was the young monk. He was so stupid, so was he. He was so shocked. Is this really just a 10-year-old child? What the hell? His scalp was numb. At this moment, countless people in all the worlds gasped when they saw this scene. 10 years old. Are you telling me that you are 10 years old? Damn it, which family's child has such terrifying fighting power at the age of 10? Is this bitch still a human? Numb. My scalp is so numb. Shocked. At 10 years old, he killed a demon king? Is this a dimensionality reduction attack? Good guy, 10 years old. This guy is only 10 years old. I would like to call this Wanling the immortal king of crispy noodles. For a packet of crispy noodles, this toad was so frustrated that he died. Phew, ha ha ha, a tragedy caused by a pack of crispy noodles. I'm afraid this toad never thought until his death that the cause of his death was a packet of crispy noodles. At this moment, countless people looked at the picture, looking at the 10-year-old kid, and their scalps went numb. 10 years old. He is only 10 years old. Countless people looked at Wanling in the picture. I just felt my scalp was numb. At this moment, I saw that the screen turned and Wanling was admitted to school. In the test of spiritual power, he immediately exploded. In the end, he only showed 5 points of spiritual power. He was looked down upon by the students around him and thought that Wanling he's a loser. It doesn't matter to Wanling. He has been controlling himself since childhood, controlling the breadth of his cultivation, and controlling his spiritual power. He is afraid that if he doesn't pay attention, the world will collapse. Although the spiritual power test report, but the last 5 points of spiritual power are also good. As for the rumors of people around him, sorry, he doesn't pay attention to it at all. Wanling is like a detached existence, and has no interest in everything around him. The only one who was interested was Rong Sun. After getting along continuously, Wanling and Rong Sunday How should I put it? Rong Sun also noticed Wang Ling, and Wang Ling also saw Rong Sunday. The two of them developed some affection for each other. However, just at this moment, the scene turned, and in the scene, it was seen that due to a sneak attack, Sun Rong was pierced through the body and shattered Sun Rong's soul. Wang Ling's pupils shrank suddenly. At this moment, he was truly and completely angry. When the immortal king was angry, the sky and the earth turned pale. At this moment, the whole world underwent earth-shaking changes. The world began to collapse, and everything in the world began to break. The immortal king once angry, the world collapsed. The power of the seal was broken, and the eyes were filled with red light. Wait a minute, you are like this. Tun Tianha hurried forward and was shocked when he saw Wang Lin burst out with all his power. Immediately, without saying a word, he chose to freeze the time of the entire world and freeze everything. However, there is no way to stop Wang Ling by freezing time. His power has broken time and space. The assassinated Lord of Shadow Stream was no match for Wang Ling. Wang Ling naturally didn't care about anything, not the destruction of the world. He wanted to save Lotus Sun desperately, but no matter how many times he used the Great Restoration technique, he couldn't save Lotus Sun. Because, the soul has been shattered. Restoration spells are useless. Conference revival can only restore physical damage, not soul damage. If you want to save Lotus Sun, you have to freeze time. From then on, everything in this world will be frozen at this moment. Or, let time go back, then Wang Ling will lose everything. No. I choose neither. Wang Ling looked at Lotus Sun in front of him, took a deep breath, and said in a deep voice, I want to restart this world again. At this moment, a shocking scene appeared. Countless people, Qi and Wangzhao, in the world looked at the scene with shocked faces. Wang Ling held his tired body and drew down the long sword in his hand. At this moment, the sky shattered, the world was like chaos, and was cut open by this terrifying sword. Immediately. Boom. At this moment, the universe was destroyed, but then, the universe was restored again. The explosion resumed, just for a short moment, the world just restarted. However, even if the world restarted, Lotus Sun still fell. On the ground, eyes were lifeless and soulless. Wang Ling didn't believe it. However, no matter how many times he restarted the world, this was the result. Why is this happening? Wang Ling looked at Lotus Sun in disbelief. Well, Lupiha sighed, there's nothing we can do. I do not believe. You can definitely do it by turning back time. Wang Ling looked at Erha. However, Erha shook his head and sighed, my ability can only accelerate the flow of spiritual power of a few people to approach the beam, so as to achieve the effect of stopping time. If I want to make time going backwards can only exceed the speed of light, but who can have such huge spiritual power? However, at this moment, Wang Ling stood up and, what if I have so much spiritual power? He looked at Lupiche, his eyes twinkling. Lupa Toad took a breath and said in shock, going back in time is going against the will of heaven. Are you really not afraid of being punished by heaven? Ah! Wang Ling sneered, and a determined light flashed in his eyes. Dai Tian, what happened? Lupiha looked at Wang Ling blankly, and immediately his heart skipped a beat. Okay, then I will go crazy with you. At this moment, Lupa Toad directly merged with Wang Ling. At this moment, time began to move backwards rapidly. Everything began to move backwards. However, time is not so easy to change. Toilet. Wang Ling has not changed time yet, however, the world, but he created a new one. One thought destroys the world, one thought creates the world. The order of the immortal king is so terrifying. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Taking stock of the top 10 golden fingers, the protagonist of Wanjie went crazy. Author, Chirp. Chapter 139. At this moment, countless people in the world looked at Wanling in the picture, and they were all shocked. This is more terrifying than killing a saint. Is this Wanling? What the hell, are you going to restart the world at every turn? Create new worlds at every turn? Damn it, is this a human being? It's humming Pangu walking, right? Restart the world and create a new world. This Wanling, what the hell, me. Am I dazzled? Restart the world? What the hell, is this guy creating a new world? Damn it, can anyone really do this? So easy? Easy. Damn it, restart the world? What kind of monster is this Wanling? This Wanling, damn it, I'm already dumbfounded. Restart the world? Open up the world? Isn't this the walking Pangu? What the hell, Pangu created the world and died, and then this Wanling casually reopened the world. What the hell, this is opening up the world. Damn it, it makes me scared to see it. Something is wrong, very wrong, this shouldn't be a big world. If it is really a big world, opening up the world is not like this, maybe, this is a small world with incomplete laws, similar to for people like us. Any immortal who is in the tribulation stage and goes to that world will probably be of Wanling's level. It's so ridiculous that you're just a person who thinks other people's world is rubbish. By the way, does this immortal king have some food? You can reopen the world, but you can't protect Lotus Sun's soul. Indeed, what kind of talent is this immortal king, a being above all ancestors and immortals, who can't even protect his beloved woman? What kind of fairy king is this? What kind of ancestor is this? Laughing to death, is this the immortal king? After all, he is just a 16-year-old kid. Haha, in our world, any Mahayana monk is involved in the soul, and any immortal can recall the soul and even reunite the soul. Indeed, I, the golden immortal, dare to cause trouble in the underworld. This immortal king is really rubbish. Gee, now I have serious doubts as to what kind of rubbish little world this world is. At this moment, countless people were discussing. Because of Wanling's reopening of the world, everyone was dumbfounded. But they were dumbfounded because even women couldn't protect this. Countless people were still complaining. They really doubted that Wanling isn't the world he's in, a small world. It's just that his strength is too strong, or the power from a higher dimension allows him to reduce the dimension and strike. This kind of person. How should I put it? Even if he reopens the world for tens of thousands of people? After countless people came to their senses, they felt that it was just like that. An existence whose strength is 603 higher than that of the ancestors and immortals, can use such methods? If he can't even protect women, what kind of immortal king is he? Countless people speechless. At this time, the fighting world. The creation of heaven and earth. Restart the world? This royal order, Xiao Yan only felt his scalp numb. Terrible. This Wanling is really terrible. Create new worlds at will? This kid is only 16 years old. A 16-year-old high school student. Just like this, creating a new world at will? Restart the world at will? What kind of monster is this? You know, when he was in high school, he was on. When it comes to Wanling, damn, everything is different, everything has changed. Even though he was the medicine master, at this moment, his eyelids were twitching wildly and he fell silent. Become stronger. Teacher, please teach me. At this moment, Xiao Yan looked at Yaezun and spoke in a deep voice. He couldn't wait to become stronger. With the exposure of countless people and the appearance of countless children of destiny, he became more and more urgent. Among these people, among them, he is the weakest. Some people can even slaughter the holy city, and some people can even restart the world at will. And he is not even a fighting saint. The gap is too big, and now he desperately wants to become stronger. Even if he felt that becoming Do Emperor was not enough. Far from enough. He wanted to become stronger, stronger. Even finally break through the Do Chi world, go to a more powerful world, and fight against more geniuses. At the same time, the mortal world. Swish swish. In Han Li's hand, streaks of golden light flashed through, and a monster beast in front of him was killed by him. Finally, he took out the inner elixir, looked at the golden list of the avenue in the sky, remained silent, and turned around to leave. Become stronger. He still needs to become stronger. Pills, elixirs. Little green bottle. He wants to use all of this to the fullest. He has already slaughtered saints and even created the world, but he is still at the peak of nascent soul. There is no harm if there is no comparison. His nascent soul stage, compared to others, is only what others have achieved at the age of 5. Oh, no, for people, this is not an achievement at all. Therefore, all he can do is become stronger. At this time, in the world of Jishin. Well, the pressure is getting bigger and bigger. Yafan smiled bitterly and looked at the picture in the Dao gold list. Damn it, reopening the world at will? Is this still a human being? Become stronger. At this moment, he also had some urgent thoughts of becoming stronger. At this moment, countless people in all the worlds are looking at the picture, looking at the figure tearing apart the world and restarting the world, and all of them feel extremely stressed. Terrible. So scary. Facing Wang Ling, who has no pressure. Maybe a saint can be indifferent and heavy. But how old is Wang Ling? This is simply a bug. Countless people have complicated expressions. However, at this moment, one could see that in the picture, divine patterns slowly emerged. New divine patterns appear in front of everyone's eyes. The 6th place is a golden finger with extraordinary talent. Representative figure 5, Immortal King World King Ling. He has a monstrous appearance, a golden elixir at the age of 3, a nascent soul at the age of 5, and a god at the age of 7. He is a man with spiritual power greater than any creature in the universe. He doesn't care about the money, magic weapons, and fame that ordinary people pursue. No matter the admiration of wealthy daughter Sun Rong, the sniper killings of Yingliu's top killers, or the endless nagging of his parents, they could not stop his pursuit of crispy noodles. Either he is eating crispy noodles, or he is on his way to the canteen to buy crispy noodles. Wang Ling, a man who can reopen and restart the world at will. The strength is so powerful that it is terrifying. Any enemy in front of him will die with just a casual blow. There are 22 realms in the world of cultivation, but in fact, there is another hidden realm, the realm above the ancestors and immortals, called Wang Ling. Hereby, give out rewards. At this moment, with the appearance of the divine pattern, you can see that the divine pattern turns into a ray of light. At the same time, a picture also appeared on the Great Avenue Gold list. In that scene, it was the square in front of the Cultivation Academy. With the appearance of the Grand Avenue Gold list, with the exposure of the Avenue Gold list. At this moment, everyone around them looked at Wang Ling, looking at this ordinary-looking young man. Shocked. At this moment, everyone was really shocked. Everyone looked at Wang Ling with bewildered faces. They gasped. Damn it, what kind of monster is this? Numb. At this moment, everyone was numb. They never expected that Wang Ling would be such a terrifying existence. Above the ancestral king, there is the ancestral immortal, and above the ancestral immortal, there is Wang Ling. Confused. At this moment, everyone was confused. Doesn't it mean that Wang Ling is already invincible? Well, at this time, Wanling didn't pay attention to the eyes of others. He just looked at the light group in front of him and frowned. To be honest, he didn't want to be so high profile. He just wants to experience the life of cultivating immortals in the city quietly in the school. But he didn't expect that this sudden Dao gold list would expose everything about him. This is a bit outrageous. Forget it. Wanling sighed, stretched out his hand, and touched the light ball directly. Buzz, the next second, the light ball penetrated directly into his body. The aura on his body began to fluctuate a little and boiled a little. If he hadn't forcibly suppressed it and suppressed the cultivation to the extreme, I am afraid that these wisps of aura, if it is leaked, the world will be destroyed. It's just that. Real. What is true, he is a little strange. His strength has surpassed the heavens. He is invincible in this world above the real ancestors. Everything is meaningless to him. However, the reward of this Dao Golden List makes him it was a bit unexpected. The Dao Gold List rewarded the word truth. He smiled. Could it be that he was living in a fake world? What the hell is this? He was a little speechless. However, it still incorporated this trace of truth. CGFJ, Buzz, the next second, his body was a little illusory, and in the haze, his body seemed a little out of tune with this world. It's like going from the original 2 dimensions to 3 dimensions. No, it's even more mysterious than that. This thing. Wanling thought about it, looked at the great Dao Golden List, laughed, and just nodded. At this time, countless people in the world looked at the scene with emotion. This king's order is already so powerful. If it becomes stronger again, I'm afraid it will be called the strongest in all the worlds. The strongest in all the worlds. That's too exaggerated. It's not a world or a system. Who knows whether he will be strong or weak in our world? Yes, they are not from the same world. Maybe after we arrive in his world, we can sweep everything, annihilate everything, and create everything like Wanling did. Laughing to death, comforting yourself, right? Tisk tisk, food is food, why are you looking for an excuse? Make excuse. However, it has to be said that it is normal for different worlds to have different rules. In some worlds, the laws of the world are stable, and the world is also stable. A punch with a force of 1,000 catties may not be able to move a stone, but in some worlds, a punch with a force of 1,000 catties cannot move a stone. It can create a space crack in the world. Can a huge amount of force create a crack in space? What kind of garbage world is this? Let alone this world, I want to know right now, is there another sixth? At this moment, countless people thought about it and looked at the great Dao Golden List. But they didn't expect it, and saw that the great Avenue Golden List slowly faded away. Sixth. It really didn't exist. This made countless people sigh in relief, and at the same time I sighed. I can't help it, I didn't make the list. At this time, in Tianyuan continent. Call. Yeqing watched the Dao Gold List end. Finally, he took a long breath and raised a smile on his lips. It's over. It's finally over. He stood up and slouched, and in an instant, there were bursts of bones exploding from his body. Ding. At the same time, system prompts sounded in his ears. Immediately, Yeqing saw that 5 phantoms appeared in front of his eyes. A shadowy figure with a handsome face, a tall figure, and a light shining on his chest. A tyrannical and Jedi aura spread, this is, Shi Hao. And another phantom, standing on a giant cauldron surrounded by the maternal energy of all things, stood with hands behind its back, tilted its head slightly, and a heavenly supreme power spread. This is, Ye Fan. The other figure looks ordinary, with white hair and fluctuating spiritual power all over his body, but he is just practicing Qi. This is, Bai Chiron. There is another figure, wearing a Taoist robe with yin and yang energy flowing around his body, surrounded by the shadow of the Tai Chi diagram. This is Li Changxiao. The last figure, a high school student, was filled with extremely terrifying spiritual power. This was Wanling. 5 people. Each one is powerful. Extract it. Yeching let out a long breath and swept over the 5 people. The next second, as his voice fell, the shadows of the 5 people suddenly turned into 5 groups of golden light and appeared in front of Yeching. Buzz. The light groups disappeared into Yeching's body one by one. Boom. At this moment, Yeching's body suddenly changed. At this moment, the already terrifying prison-suppressing divine body suddenly glowed on his chest, with terrifying and complicated runes rising and falling on it, as if it was about to grow a new bone. At the same time, a terrifying phenomenon appeared all over Yeching's body. It was a golden dantian. The most important thing is that this golden dantian seemed to be infinite, as far as the eye could see. It reflected the place with a gleaming light, like a holy kingdom. The vision was amazing. Yeching's expression changed again and again. At the same time, a huge amount of knowledge appeared in his mind, as if something was forced into his mind. Fortunately, now he has a different physique than ordinary people and is powerful to the horror. These memories were not a problem at all. In the end, no one knew how long it had passed before the vision around Yeching disappeared. It was only then that he let out a long breath. Supreme Bone, Ancient Holy Body. His face looked a little weird. Yes, on Shihao and Yefan's side, he obtained the Supreme Bone and the Ancient Holy Body respectively. But this Supreme Bone and the Ancient Holy Body are so perfectly combined with the prison-suppressing divine body. Yeching was a little surprised. He had drawn the prison-suppressing divine body before. Now, here comes the Ancient Holy Body. As soon as the prison-suppressing divine body and the Ancient Holy Body were combined, he felt as if he had endless power. He raised his hands. It seems like he can tear the sky apart between his feet. The prison-suppressing divine body is already terrifying enough. Now, combined with the Ancient Holy Body, the most important thing is that he has also drawn Bai Chiron's endless dantian. I'm not going to be in the realm of Qi training forever, right? Yeching looked strange. Fortunately, he has successfully built the foundation. However, this is not a big problem. As for the rewards drawn by Li Changxiao and Wanling, well, on Li Changxiao's side, he won the Tiangang 316 methods of practice. As for Wanling, he obtained Buzz. Yeching flipped his wrist, looked at the crispy noodles in his hand, and the corner of his mouth twitched. What a Wanling! I just like crispy noodles, so you want me to get crispy noodles too? But, this crispy noodles. Yeching, after careful observation for a while, I finally discovered that this crispy noodle is very extraordinary. It is not an ordinary crispy noodle. The spiritual power of this thing is comparable to that of an elixir. If you take one bite, your spiritual power will skyrocket. Forget it, never mind. Consolidate your cultivation first. Yeching immediately sat down cross-legged. He only felt that at this moment, the spiritual energy in his body was boiling, and even began to increase continuously. All the spiritual energy in the surrounding void was sucked clean by him in one breath. He tried again, and immediately, without saying a word, he controlled the 7 killing sword of his destiny and flew towards other places with spiritual power. He went around to practice and practice. Before he knew it, a day passed. Yeching was somewhere. The man on the top of the mountain opened his eyes and sighed slightly. Foundation building stage, 80th floor. Damn it, am I really going to follow Bai Chiron's old path? He thought, looked at the sky, and finally had to sigh. That's all, take inventory first. His eyes flashed. Buzz. At the same time, as Yeching's thoughts moved, the great Dao golden list gradually appeared in the sky. Countless people in the world followed and paid attention. Let's start counting the fifth place among the top 10 golden fingers in the world. Taking stock of the top 10 golden fingers, the protagonist of Wanjie went crazy. Author, Chirp. Chapter 140. The fifth place. Finally reached fifth place. At this moment, all the worlds, looking at the newly appeared Dao Golden List, all had smiles on their lips. The fifth place is finally here. At this moment, countless people were excitedly looking at the Dao Jin list. We have finally reached fifth place, and I don't know what the golden finger of fifth place is like. This time, I don't know if the golden finger can compare to the sixth place. There are 5 people in sixth place. Good guy, my scalp feels numb just looking at it. There are already 5 people in the sixth place. 6 people in the fifth place is reasonable, right? Well, it's very reasonable. I think this fifth place and 60 people are reasonable. The more people there are, the greater my chances of being on the list. Yes, the more people there are, the greater my chances of being on the list. At this moment, countless people in the world said, looking at the Dao Golden List, they were all excited. But at this time, in the mortal world, well, it's finally the stage of becoming a god. On the top of the mountain, Han Li traveled from the mortal world, comprehended the transformation of gods, understood everything, and finally became a monk of transformation of gods. Before, he was already at the peak of nascent soul. It is not easy to become a monk of transformation of gods. It's nothing more than enlightenment and experience. Now, I have finally become a monk in the transformation stage, and I can finally be called a heaven-defying one in this mortal world. But not enough, far from enough. Han Li looked into the void. Now, even if he becomes a monk in the god transformation stage, it is not enough. There is no way to compare. Suddenly, what kind of great power does this god transformation stage have? It is just the state that Wang Ling reached at the age of 7. This is it. How can he compete with Wang Ling? Therefore, he wants to become stronger, and he wants to go to the spirit world. And at the same time, the immortal world. Well, I finally became a god. This realization is indeed difficult. Wang Lin looked at the Dao Gold List, subconsciously clenched his fists, his eyes were deep, and he calmed down his spiritual power in an instant. In the stage of becoming a god, you are still an ant after all, Situnan sighed. Indeed, if I can reach the god transformation stage, then Han Li should also reach the god transformation stage. Han Li has the little green bottle, so promotion shouldn't be a problem, so he has to think of other ways. Wang Lin's eyes were deep. The fifth place has already started, then the fourth place, the third place, the second place, and even the first place, after first place. Don't be like that. Now you have good qualifications and talents, and you know the future. I can find you a place that distorts time, allowing you to practice to your heart's content and make up for the time, Situnan said in a deep voice. If we want to talk about the place where time is distorted, then the dreamland is the place where time is distorted. After practicing there for 10 days, only 1 day has passed in the outside world. There is even improvement now. As long as there is enough time, he can believe that you can be stronger. At this time, in the Gu world. Well, with the sword eyebrow Gu in hand, I can finally officially enter rank 7, Gu Yu Fang Yuan looked at the sword eyebrow Gu in his hand. This sword eyebrow Gu is a 7-turn kendo, used for kendo practice. If the Gu Immortal activates it, it can transform the Gu Immortal's own pair of eyebrows. Each thin eyebrow will be engraved with a kendo mark. This is something he has wanted for a long time. When attacking Gu insects, this sword eyebrow Gu is absolutely unexpected. He even thought of a series of attack Gu with swords. As a reborn person, he naturally wants to grasp all of this in his hands, improve his strength, and prepare for the catastrophe that may or may not exist in the future. Anyway, he had a hunch that something would definitely happen after this inventory was over. So, now, he needs to improve himself. Whatever he can get, he needs to get it. He needs to get anything that can enhance his strength. No matter what difficulties, he just needs to persevere. The fifth place, Gu Fangyuan narrowed his eyes. Immediately, he shook his head and headed to the next destination. At the same time, in the world of Jishan, it turns out that you also release the mother energy of all things. In the ancient restricted area, Yefan looked at the woman in white in front of him and gave a wry smile. Before, he looked at the golden list of the great Dao and saw the mother Qi of all things in the bronze immortal palace that he and Jizio met. He really thought it was a chance encounter at the time. As a result, I just discovered today that the mother Qi of all things in the bronze immortal palace was given by Emperor Wuren. At this time, Wuren didn't speak, but just looked at Mark's face in a daze. That was his brother. Even though it was just a similar flower, looking at the description of Yefan in the Dao golden list, and looking at Yefan's kindness to the little girl, in the end, she didn't say anything. Buzz. At this moment, the Empress gently threw out a flower. The flower was suspended in front of Yefan, shining with a misty light. This is. Eat the Hedeo flower and become emperor directly. The Empress's voice was cold and faint, reaching Yefan's ears. Yefan's pupils shrank. Although he already knew a lot in the Dao golden list. But now he is quite surprised to see this Hedeo flower with his own eyes. If you eat the Hedeo flower, you will become an emperor directly. Yefan took a deep breath. To be honest, if it had been in the past, he wouldn't have wanted to eat it. He wanted to rely on his own strength to step up step by step. Go for it on his own. Whether it's 1 year, 10 years, or 100 years, we must always traverse the eastern wasteland, traverse the universe, and traverse the ancient road in the starry sky. But Yefan stared at the fifth place on the Avenue Gold list, and he squinted his eyes. Good. In the end, he directly agreed, and he accepted the mother Qi of all things. He even swallowed the Hedeo flower directly and sat cross-legged. Immediately, a series of terrifying strange phenomena appeared around him. At this moment, countless people in the world are looking at the Dao golden list. Others are eating melons. And those who had been on the list before, whether it was Xiao Yan, Li Qi, Chen Baichuan, Shi Hao, etc. At this moment, they all began to improve their strength. They were really stimulated by Li Changshao and Wang Ling. A Li Changshao, a saint-killing existence. A royal order can restart the existence of the world at will. These two guys are like two big mountains, pressing down on everyone's hearts, making it difficult to breathe. That's all for Li Changshao. The current strength is just like that, it's just that he hasn't reached the golden immortal level yet. However, Wang Ling is different. This guy is 16 years old and his strength has reached its peak. Although he, the immortal king, is pretty rubbish. But in terms of performance, Wang Ling is definitely the ceiling of combat power. Who doesn't feel stressed about this? Therefore, everyone is practicing hard. At the same time, they are still frantically looking for small worlds where time flows at different speeds, or even special cultivation spaces. Only in this way will they have more time to practice and improve themselves. At this time, countless people are paying attention to the Dao gold list and guessing what kind of golden finger this fifth place is. Taking stock of the top 10 golden fingers in the world. Fifth place, Adventure category. Description: be taught a skill by a powerful person, or obtain a heaven-defying skill. Be favored by fate and obtain the heaven-defying treasure, etc. Characteristics: this type of golden finger is similar to having a very heaven-defying treasure, but it is different from the treasure type. The treasure type is mostly an artifact in the hand, and this type of golden finger is a real adventure and cannot be copying, maybe even the inalienable kind. When a child of destiny gets this kind of thing, generally speaking, he will soar into the sky. The types cover a wide range. Hosts with such golden fingers generally have the following characteristics. 1. Gives people a mysterious feeling. 2. Suddenly became extremely powerful, possessing terrifying strength that was inconsistent with his age. 3. Special combat power, incredible and elusive ability. 4. Occasionally makes some weird remarks. 5. Has great strength, but knows little about basic things. Conclusion: generally speaking, if you have any 3 of the above characteristics, you can basically conclude that you have such a golden finger, and you are undoubtedly the child of luck in this world. At this moment, with the appearance of divine patterns, countless people looked at the Deo Golden List, and each one read it carefully. Is this an adventure type? Aren't there so many such adventures in all the worlds that we can't even imagine them? Indeed, which child of fortune does not have a few treasures of adventure? Not to mention the children of destiny, even supporting characters and villains may get treasures like Kiyu. Being taught the power by a powerful person? Ha ha ha, I was taught the skills by Taoist Master Wanjie, am I considered a lucky child with a golden finger? Laughing to death, I jumped off a cliff and survived, and then obtained a heaven-defying skill. Is this considered a child of luck? What do you think those are? I directly obtained the ancient inheritance and obtained the heaven-defying treasure. I will definitely be on the list, right? Hee hee, I feel like there are at least 10 of them on this list. Indeed, I also feel that there are at least 10 of them. Gee, there should be many children of luck in this list, right? I feel like I can even be on the list. Ha ha ha, it's so funny, you said you could be on the list, so you're on the list? Are you kidding me? Tisk tisk, hell, you're still on the list? Just you. LOL. On the list? Do you really think being on the list is that easy? There are so many children of destiny in the world, and I still have an old man in the ring. Why am I not on the list? That's right, I'm also a reborn person, and I'm not even on the list. You're calling me a hammer. By the way, what are the rules for being on this list? Why can these people be on the list, but I can't? This issue of Goldfinger really covers a wide range of topics. Rather than saying it is an adventure type, it is better to say it is a heaven-defying treasure type. Yes, I also think it is a heaven-defying treasure. Haha, a heaven-defying treasure? If it were a heaven-defying treasure, then Wanlin should be in 5th place, not 8th. Laughing to death, a heaven-defying treasure? Isn't that the inventory of 8th place? It's repeated, what else is there to say? Everyone, please review the question. Didn't you see that everything is clearly stated above? Most of the treasures are in one hand, and this kind of golden finger cannot be copied or even taken away. This is the theme of this issue. Adventure type? Destiny's favor. Tisk tisk, when you mention these words, it seems a bit high-spirited. At this moment, countless people are discussing. This issue is indeed a bit general. Countless people feel that they are good again and that they can be on the list. They looked at the golden list with bright eyes, waiting for the golden list to announce the final answer. At this time, the world of 10,000 races. Well, I'm not considered an adventurer, so you looked at the Deo gold list and frowned subconsciously. He thought of the thing in his mind. If that thing is a treasure, a golden finger, let alone, is it really possible for him to be ranked 5th on the list? He suddenly laughed. Let's go, retreat first, and slip away, he smiled, turned around and left. He had a strong intuition that he would definitely be on the list in this issue. His eyes flashed, and he wanted to compete with the genius. This is what he wanted. Competing in their world, that counts. What? What kind of gods, immortals, demons, the geniuses of all races belong to the same world after all. They are incomparable to the real sons of destiny. In the age of the sons of destiny, only the sons of destiny can rise. Just like Shihao and Shiyi. The only ones who can truly compare with the sons of destiny are the sons of destiny from other worlds. He, Suyu, will become the calamity of other sons of destiny. Become the calamity of all the heavens and worlds. At the same time, in the world of the great sage. Do I get the heaven-defying technique? Got a heaven-defying inheritance. Li Qingshan looked at the pictures and descriptions in the Great Dao Golden List, his eyes slightly twitching. Following Lao Niu, the cultivation techniques transformed him from a human to a demon. Now, 2 horns have grown out of his head. He no longer cares whether he is a human or a monster. Never mind. When he saw the words Kung Fu described on the divine pattern, he already knew that he must belong to this category. However, he now wants to know more. Can he be on the list? At this time, in the peerless world of martial god. Well, I'm so talented, but I didn't make the list. Lin Feng looked at the Dao Golden List and frowned slightly at the current 5th place. As a time traveler, he has awakened a new martial spirit, and his current strength is even more powerful. He is not even on the list. Is he talented? His nature is not worthy. Or should I say that he is the 5th one on the list? But, do he meet this requirement? Cultivation method? Transmission method? It seems that none of them meet. That is the gift of fate, the treasure that defies heaven. Can this dark martial soul of mine be considered a gift from fate? He thought about it. At this moment, he felt a little unconfident. At the same time, in the eternal world. Kung Fu, transferring Kung Fu, a gift from destiny to a heaven-defying treasure. Fang Han looked at the description on the Dao Golden List and narrowed his eyes slightly. Does his own picture of a dragon crouching in the underworld count? This thing seems to be a bit consistent. Does he want to be on the list? His breath was stagnant, and he always felt, this time, it's a bit weird. But, he suddenly smiled again. It's good that he can be on the list. As for the boss's sudden appearance. Haha, it doesn't matter. As long as there is a golden list of great avenues, even the secret realm of supernatural powers and even the secret realm of immortality, he is not afraid of people coming. At this moment, his eyes are flashing with blazing flames, which are wild flames. This 5th place, Fang Han, will definitely be on the list. At this moment, countless people in the world think that they are Qi, the sons of luck, all have blazing eyes. Just when countless people were discussing and thinking, they saw that a new divine pattern appeared in the golden list of the avenue. One of the most representative figures of this kind of golden finger, Suyu from the world of 10,000 races. At the same time, voices one after another resounded throughout the world. Women are a stumbling block. If he doesn't mess with me, I won't mess with him. If he messes with me, I'll beat him to death. The Tao is 1 foot high and the devil is 10 feet high. In this world, who dares to say who is the savior? Time. I am the time. I am the emperor of you, the emperor of the human race. All races can be killed. I am the calamity of all the races in the world.